A year ago, the Bourne Braves were seeking their first Cape Cod League championship since 2009. However, the season was filled with many ups and downs.
Another day, another Braves loss. Bourne falls 5-1 to Hyannis to drop to 5-7-3 on the season.
Pop-up, shallow center field, going out Peck, coming in Rockefort, in the alley, it's Carson Rockefort who's there to make the catch. What a finish is the Braves win, their third in a row. Throws to first base, that is in time, as that'll do it here from Doran Park. For the third time this year, Harvey Shapiro has faced his former team in the Bourne Braves, and they have tied at 2 apiece.
But as postseason time rolled around, the Bravos found their groove.
Coming in Horvath. Horvath is there. He makes the catch, and the ball game is over. The trek has just begun for the Braves as they advance to the Western Division Finals. The Braves are back, and they defend their title in the best of the West. And they got a second date with the Brewster Whitecaps, who they will face in the Cape Cod League Championship for the second consecutive summer. Breaky ball grounded up the middle, stabbed by Cummings, goes to second for one. The toss to first base is in time! Cummings spikes his glove. Get up, Bourne, the Braves have gotten their revenge. Cape Cod League champions for the first time since 2009.
And to defend their Cape Cod League championship, the Braves have added plenty of firepower.
Driven in the air, well right center field. This one is gone, a homer. Vance Honeycutt.
It's a brand new day of Bourne Braves baseball, and it starts right now.
Welcome to Lowell Park, the site of the 14th game of the 100th season of Cape League Baseball. Bourne Braves hit the road to take on the top team in the Western Division, the Cotuit Kettleers. Matt Scalzo alongside Cam Manna, Navarette, and Mojo Hill will be with us in a moment. Cam, the saying is the third time's the charm. And for Bourne, this is the third time they will face Cotuit. They're currently 0-2. They lost 1-0 and 3-0 at Doran Park. Now they're at Lowell Park for the first time, but it's not the first time that they will be seeing the starter for the Kettleers. It'll be Tucker Novotny. Oh, man, words are hard. For the third time this season.
Yeah, and it's as simple as this. Cotuit's saying, look, we're going to throw our best guy at you once again that is not allowed to run against the Bourne hitters so far. And then Bourne's saying at the same exact time, look, we want Novotny for that third time. And understanding that, you know, what Matt brought up, third time's a charm. It's the toughest thing to do is beat a team 3 times, especially in a 12-day span when these Bourne hitters are so used to Novotny, and we might see Noah Ruin as well out of the bullpen. So 2 familiar foes, and Bourne kind of seeing a guy for the third time that might only throw 3 games in the Cape, and it's all going to be against Bourne.
It's a beautiful day for baseball here from Lowell Park. Cam, yesterday wasn't so beautiful for Bourne. They lost 9-5 to Brewster. We saw that first bit of comeback mentality within these Braves bats, but they struggled in the 8th inning, 6 runs by the Whitecaps to take that 9-5 win.
Yeah, really good 7th inning for the Bravos, and it started out with them just getting guys on base, started out with a Garrett Michelle single, and they followed that up and got some runs on the board. We also saw maybe some comeback magic in the 9th with a Joey Loynd home run, but really it goes back to kind of the old ways of Bourne to begin this season. They play most of a complete game in one really tough inning. That 6th spot in the 8th from Brewster kind of killed them on the Trevor Warner grand slam. But look, Bourne showed last night that the comeback ways can be there, still in search of that first come-from-behind win. I think they showed a lot of character last night on what this team really can be and do, and a lot of the good teams can come back and win those baseball games. So we saw some glimpses of that last night against Bourne, and they've done a great job so far this season, bouncing back after tough losses. We saw it in Wareham. We saw it against Cotuit, coming back the next day and winning baseball games. So we'll see if that stays true here tonight.
We'll find out in a few moments, but who else better to break down this matchup other than our sideline reporter, Navarette, and Mojo Hill before the Bravos. So we'll hand it off to those two. Cam and I will be back for first pitch.
Thank you, Matt. Mojo, it's our first time this season at Lowell Park. I'm a fan.
Yeah, it's a really nice field and easily the hottest weather we've had so far this season.
I know.
I'm sweating buckets right now, but it's nice to have some warmer weather.
No, I know. It's the first day I'm wearing shorts, and, you know, I think that says a lot. This is probably a preview of what the summer will be like. I mean, we've gotten really lucky ever since that kind of misty, rainy game a couple days ago. We've had really nice nights of baseball, but also Cotuit, they don't have lights, so we're starting a lot earlier than normal. I guess not a lot, like an hour earlier than a home game. But yeah, it's a beautiful field. It kind of has that patriotic baseball vibe, similar to Chatham, with the banners out on the outfield fence, and it's very nice. I'm excited to be here, and I'm also excited to see if Bourne can kind of rebound after last night. We saw resilience from them. Was potentially going to be the first come from behind win of the season, but they just couldn't do it.
Yeah, exactly. And Jonathan Vastine really stood out to me with 2 clutch hits after a clutch hit the night before. He's been playing great defense the whole time. Back got off to a slightly slow start, but he's really come through in those tense situations. And I talked to him after the game, and he was saying how he's really just trying to not do too much, trying to keep things simple. And he has faith in the guys behind him too, that they're going to come through if he doesn't. So he's relaxed up there, and he's not letting the moment get too big for him at the plate.
Totally, and he batted last yesterday. Today, let's see.
He's batting 8th today.
Okay.
Yeah, and I kind of like it today with Harrelson batting 9th.
I like it too.
His bat's been a little slow, but obviously a lot of talent in that guy. Take the pressure off him a little by putting him in the 9 hole and have Vastine batting 8th.
Yeah.
And then things are sort of pushed down a bit with Eblin now in the leadoff spot playing second. But I like it. I think it's just a really strong lineup 1 through 9, and like we've been talking about this whole season, like they have a lot of options. They're still mixing guys around. They have Peterson and Castillo back in the outfield today, and Foster back at third with his powerful bat.
Yeah, I'm excited for this lineup. I like it. You still have those 2 Coastal guys back to back. That's obviously been working really well. I mean, credit to Brewster's pitching staff. I thought they had a really good night last night, and so some of these guys who've been really hot the last couple of days weren't quite as hot last night. But Coach Lander says it almost every day. Each new game in summer ball is anyone's game. Things change every day. You have to play day in, day out. And so I think the Braves have a really good chance here. Also, they say that it's really hard to beat a team 3 times in a season. I know it's a little different in summer ball when you're playing everyone a lot, but Cotuit's also throwing the same guy on the mound that they have the last 2 times.
Yeah, but one thing I think it's important to note that'll help a lot is that Chase Hopewell, who's sort of combined with Novotny the last 2 games to, sort of form a dominant 1-2 punch, is probably not going to be available tonight because he pitched yesterday.
Yeah.
Actually had a rough outing, his first rough outing of the season. And so, yeah, Novotny should be tough, and they've seen him a couple times. Hopefully they picked up some things that they can improve on. But if they don't, if Novotny dominates again, then they should be seeing some different faces out of the bullpen at least. So, they won't have to deal with Hopewell. So some hope for the Braves.
You are all with the puns lately, Mojo.
I don't. Most of them happen by accident.
What was yesterday's?
It was out of left field with Derek Bender playing left field, now back to DH. Probably a little more fitting for him.
Did he even touch the ball in left field yesterday?
I don't know, but I saw him chatting with the bullpen behind him. That guy will talk to anyone in his vicinity.
This is true. Anyways, much more typical outfield for the Braves today. And I like Bender in the DH spot. I think that's a great call. Give him some time to really hone in, focus on the hitting and only the hitting, because it was so good before yesterday. And even yesterday, he still has a hit.
Yeah, I mean, he got on base in 10 out of 11 straight plate appearances.
Yeah. And
the one out was a hard line drive to right field that almost could have been a double. So he's as locked in as you can possibly be right now. He finally made 2 outs yesterday. But then another interesting thing, Bodine catching today. I think it's the first time we've seen him behind the plate. He's been DHing, so they're mixing things up. And it's interesting because Bender and Bodine are such opposite personalities.
Yeah.
But I was talking to Derek yesterday, and he's saying that they actually operate really similarly, I guess, as players. And I guess they can learn a lot from each other since they're both catchers. They both catchers at the same school. They kind of feed off each other. And Bodine's interesting too because he's a switch hitter, and I saw Jared Saltalamacchia was obviously a switch hitter for many years in the major leagues, and I saw him talking to Bodine before the game, and he was making sure that Bodine was getting enough swings from both sides of the plate during BP, which with most guys that's not something you have to worry about, but with Bodine, and I just can't imagine how valuable it is to have a switch hitter to work with, an MLB switch hitter to work with every day.
An MLB switch hitter and catcher too.
Right.
Such an ideal coach-player pairing there between Bodine and Salty, and to get to work with someone that someone who has had so much success at the major league level, which is what a lot of these guys want to do. It's just really cool. But yeah, I'm excited to see Bodine. I think he was behind the plate a couple nights ago against Falmouth, I think. So it won't be his first time, but I like these guys going back to back. I know, like you said, they're very different but also similar in some ways, and both from Coastal. And I know this year, I think at Coastal, Bodine played mostly catcher and Bender was DHing a lot, so something they're kind of used to. I'm also excited to see Sam Peterson back in the lineup. I thought he's had some good bright spots, and I'd like to see what he can do more hitting-wise.
Yeah, definitely. He had a great season for Iowa. I think
Yeah.
he's a really top-notch talent, and they're getting him in there as much as they can. They just have so many options that they've been sort of rotating through. But yeah, this is a good lineup, and a lot of these guys last time the Braves faced Novotny and the Kettleers didn't have to face him, and
Yeah.
so these guys are seeing him for the first time, and hopefully they can provide some spark. Especially Bender's. Because that was his first, or one of his first days where
Yeah. He walked, flew out, and struck out.
yeah, but he's really taken off since then.
Yeah,
I mean,
totally.
Him and Bodine have just been mashing, and it's interesting. Bodine was telling me that at school, usually Bodine would hit first and Bender would hit after him, and it's sort of been the opposite so far here. But yeah, it's really cool to have those guys next to each other in the middle of the order.
Yeah, I'm looking at the last time that the Braves played Cotuit, and there are only two people in that lineup who are in today's lineup, and that's Bender and Jackson Castillo. So every single other person is different, which is just, that's just how the Cape League works, but that's a crazy thing to think about.
Yeah, definitely. It should be super valuable, and this team has changed so much. I mean, Bender has even taken off so much since then. It's almost like a completely different team.
Yeah, totally. And, that was also before the Braves went on their little win streak this past week. So so much has changed for this team since then. And, again, a real opportunity here. Cotuit is the best team in the West, but they're not completely unstoppable. I mean, we saw Hyannis have a crazy game against them the other night and take them down. So
yeah, they blew a big lead in the ninth. And another important thing to note is Zuffy on the mound, who had 6 no-hit innings last time against the same team. He's just been awesome. And yeah, let's see if he can do it again, because hopefully he can get some more run support this time, or any run support. They haven't scored any runs in 2 games against Cotuit, but hopefully they can crack tonight.
Yeah, and Duffy's last start too at Wareham, 5 1/3 with no hits, ended up giving up 2 hits in the top of the 6th, but still no runs. So he's been really impressive. He's a guy who was a 2022 champion with Bourne, so I think he's probably pretty excited to have another start out here on the Cape. But we'll take a step aside for the national anthem, and when we return, Cam, Matt, myself on the call.
Cape Cod Healthcare is proud to be the official healthcare sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. And with 6 convenient urgent care centers across Cape Cod from Falmouth to Orleans, we're ready to treat a wide variety of minor illnesses and injuries, so you can get back to your regular scheduled summer plans quickly. Open daily with no appointment needed and staffed by board-certified ER providers. View wait times at capecodhealth.org. Cape Cod Health Urgent Care, minor emergencies, major attention.
Commercial Electric Solutions, Cape Cod's most valued and professional electric subcontractor who has been providing exceptional services to both commercial and residential customers for over 10 years. Do you have an electric problem? CES has the solution. Cape Cod Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is a proud sponsor of the Bourne Braves. Cape Cod Orthopedic Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy is the region's largest and most experienced orthopedic group, accepting new patients at our Sandwich and Hyannis clinics. Convention Data Services, or CDS, is a technology company based in Bourne and a proud supporter of Cape Cod baseball. Since 1986, CDS has been delivering customized solutions to the global trade show industry. Keep up with CDS on their website at cdsreg.com and follow them on Facebook and LinkedIn.
The Bourne Braves organization is looking for families willing to host 1 or 2 players for the Cape League season. It generally runs from the first week in June to early August, and the bond between many host families and their players extend beyond the summer and form lifelong friendships. If you are interested in learning more about this opportunity, visit bournebraves.org.
Braves fans living on the Cape far from Dorn Park? Too far of a drive to make the trip west on any given night? Well, don't worry, because the Braves are coming to you. The Bravos' full slate of games includes trips to all East destinations, including Orleans, Chatham, Brewster, Harwich, and Yarmouth, as well as West Division road trips to Cotuit, Hyannis, down south to Falmouth, and off Cape to Wareham. So wherever you are located on Cape Cod, the Braves will be in your area and are a can't-miss family fun activity. To see the Bravos' full schedule, head over to our website, bournebraves.org, and come join the fun.
Welcome back to Lowell Park. Matt Scalzo alongside Cam Manna. Thank you to Allie and Mojo with Before the Bravos breaking down this contest between the Bourne Braves and the Cotuit Kettleers. It's a matchup that features the top team in the Western Division in Cotuit and Bourne, who sits in 4th place at 5-7-2. Cotuit comes in at 9-4. Both teams coming off a loss. Bourne lost 9-5 to Brewster. Meanwhile, Cotuit took a loss at Wareham last night by a score of 7-2. So Cam, we've talked about how it's Novotny one more time here against the Braves. Well, who's someone in this Bourne lineup that you look to get things going?
Well, I like the change in the lineup here tonight. You put Bryce Eblin in that 1 spot, and Scott Landers now moving up Bender and Bodine to that 2-3 spot. And the reason I like that is you bring Bodine up in the lineup to start this game. You make it tough on Novotny to face those 3 guys in the top of the lineup. And that also just gives Bodine and Bender more at-bats throughout this game. So I'm liking that overall. But what I'm also loving, when we talked about it last night on the broadcast, is how much the bottom of the lineup has done in the last few games to really mesh this whole thing together. Vastine and Harrelson will be in that 8-9 spot. 2 of the fastest guys. They could turn over the lineup so well, so I'm looking for that 8-9 spot to turn over this lineup, give Bourne a chance as this game goes on, and have that bottom of the lineup tonight stay hot.
So like we've said, it'll be Novotny's 3rd start. That's the order. We'll run through the order in a moment here for Bourne. For Novotny this season, he comes in 0-0 on the year, but hasn't allowed a run in either of his 2 starts against the Braves. Has gone 7 2/3, just allowing 3 hits. Has struck out 9 to 4 walks. The Kettleers will take the field, and we'll run you through the Bourne order. Like Cam said, Bryce Eblin, the new leadoff man, playing at 2nd base. Derek Bender bats 2nd. He's DHing tonight. Caden Bodine's behind the dish batting 3rd. Garrett Michelle's at 1st in the cleanup spot. Sam Peterson's back in the lineup and playing in left. Jackson Castillo's on the opposite side and right batting 6th. Cam Foster's at the hot corner batting 7th. Vastine's at short batting 8th. And Gage Harrelson's in center field batting 9th, facing the left-hander in Tucker Novotny out of Minnesota. It's a beautiful day for baseball, as it's just eclipsed 5 o'clock here from Lowell Park. No lights here, but hard not to enjoy a game for baseball here from Lowell Park. Just a picturesque park, to say the very least. Cotuit will be in their home white pinstripe uniforms, maroon lettering and numbering with a navy blue outline, the maroon pinstripes. For Bourne, they're in their road blues with gray pants, blue jerseys, red Bourne across the chest with red numbers and white outlines across the entire uniform. It'll be Eblin, the left-handed hitter, to lead off, facing Novotny. Eblin's been towards the bottom of the order and towards the top of the order so far this season, but it'll be the first time he bats leadoff for the Braves. Cam, any other final thoughts before we get underway?
Well, the first thing I notice is you talk about Tucker Novotny, the pitcher for Cotuit. First time he's actually pitched here at Lowell Park, both of those outings being against Bourne at Dorn Park. So very weird to see a guy that's pitching against the same team for the 3rd time, but the first time at his home mound. So, just something to point out there for how weird something like this is. 3rd meeting in the last 12 days between the Kettleers and the Braves.
Kettleers have taken both meetings, a combined 4-0, 1-0 in their first meeting, 3-0 in the second. Bourne looking to get their bats going early, as they've done in most of their wins. Was not able to do it yesterday against Brewster, and was not able to do it at all in the last meeting against the Kettleers. Eblin digs in, facing the left-hander in Novotny. He'll step in the lefty's batter's box. We're about set to get underway. Novotny kicks and deals the first pitch. Fastball called strike one, belt high. First pitch coming at 5:02 p.m., 76 and sunny here in Cotuit. The 0-1. Fastball, Eblin bouncer to the left side of the infield. Fielded by the shortstop Harrison, fires on to first. It's in time for the first out. We'll run you through the Cotuit defense. Out in center field is Carter Matheson. He's flanked on his left by Brett Bateman and on his right by James McCoy. From first to third, it goes Tanner Thatch, Emilian Petre, Kalai Harrison's at short, and Ryan Galaney's at third. Cannon Peebles is the catcher for Tucker Novotny on the mound as Derek Bender digs in. First pitch, breaking ball. Bender flies it out deep to left center field. Going back is Matheson, still going back, looking up, and it's gone! Derek Bender gets the Bourne bats going early, a solo shot to deep left center field. It's 1-0 Bourne. His second home run of the season. And he shakes off the rust after a tough night last night. Bourne's on top, their first run of the season against the Kettleers.
And that's a scouting report on Novotny. A lot of first pitch fastballs. He pounds his zone early, and Bender not wasting any time going first pitch. And he stays hot for the Bravos.
First pitch to Bodine. Fastball upstairs for ball one. We've talked a lot about how Derek Bender has become a spark in this Bourne order, and he continues to do what he's done best, and that's drive in runs. His second home run of the season, 1-0 bounce to the left side, over the top of the Galaney at third. Long throw from the shortstop Harrison. It's in time to get out Bodine. A pair of 6-3 putouts. And in between, the solo home run from Derek Bender.
And the second time Bender is faced against Novotny, and if you believe it, first time Bourne has scored a run this summer against the Kettleers, but it comes with a bang here early on.
That brings in the left-handed hitter, Garrett Michelle. First pitch fastball. Catches the outside corner. Here's the 0-1. Off speed. Called strike two. A lot of fastballs from Novotny, but he does mix in an off speed every so often. Here's the 0-2 delivery. Fastball misses eye level, and it's 1-2. First time that Cotuit has fallen behind here against Bourne. It just took one swing from Derek Bender. 1-2, swing and a miss. Michelle down on strikes. That ends the inning. But Bourne makes their presence felt. Derek Bender, his second home run of the season, a solo shot to left center. Gives Bourne the 1-0 lead as we head to the Cotuit half of the first here on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network.
Not being able to make it to Doran Park is no excuse to miss the Braves in action. You can watch every Bravos home game live on the Bourne Braves television network. From stellar pitching performances, dazzling defensive plays, and big-time power displays, you can catch it all from the comfort of your home. It's your favorite Cape League team live on your screen. Just head to the Bourne Braves YouTube and join the fun.
You can catch the Bourne Braves all summer long at Doran Park. With more than 20 home games this season, Braves baseball is just a short drive away, whether you're on or off the Cape. With free admission to every Cape Cod League game, nights at Doran Park provide family fun for everyone. First pitch for all Braves home games is at 6, and you can check out the Bravos' full schedule over at our website, bournebraves.org.
To the bottom of the first we go from Lowell Park, and for the first time this season, Bourne holds a lead over Cotuit. A solo home run from Derek Bender in the top of the first inning gives Bourne the 1-0 lead as they hand things off to Matt Duffy, and we saw what he did last time when he worked ahead with a lead. 6 innings, just allowed 2 hits, striking out 7 against against Wareham, 1 week ago. Matt Scalzo alongside Cam Manna. And Cam, you couldn't ask for a better start here for Bourne, a solo home run from Derek Bender.
Exactly how you want to start. You're struggling against a guy in Novotny, but you talk about a scouting report. Bender knowing that Novotny throws a ton of fastballs for first pitch strikes, and he was the aggressor on the first swing. That gives Matt Duffy, who is, as Matt mentioned, pitching very well right now, that nice cushion to start his outing.
Bender now jumps into the team lead in home runs, the first player on this Bourne side with multiple home runs on the season. Duffy, the right-hander, kicks and deals first pitch fastball, and it misses low to left-handed hitting Brett Bateman, who showed bunt but pulled back. Bateman in left field. Cam Foster now over at third, pinches in onto the infield grass. The 1-0. Fastball middle, called strike 1.
And both these pitchers, in Duffy and Novotny, love to work quick, and they love to just attack their fastball in the zone.
The 1-1 from Duffy. Fastball misses outside for ball 2. It's 2-1 to Bateman. So far this season, Bateman's been outstanding, batting an even .500 through 11 games. He's 20 for 40 on the summer, 13 RBIs. 2-1, bounce to the right side of the infield. Diving is Eblin, and it's through to right field. Brett Bateman continues his hitting ways, and it's a leadoff single here in the bottom of the first. We'll run you through the Bourne defensive alignment. Gage Harrelson's out in center. Has Jackson Castillo on his right, Sam Peterson on his left. From first to third, it's Garrett Michelle, Bryce Eblin, Jonathan Vastine, and Cam Foster's at third. A battery of Duffy and Caden Bodine behind the dish. Here's the first pitch, off speed, called strike 1. At the knees to Michael Carrico, the designated hitter tonight. Another lefty in this Cotuit lineup. We saw last time they went all lefty against Bourne at Dorn Park, the 3-0 win. 0-1, swing and a miss. Throwdown from Bodine is on the money. Caught stealing is Bateman, and there's one gone here in the bottom of the first.
And we've talked about Cotuit and what they did so well against Bourne. They love to go hit and run early on in games, and they did that to perfection twice last time out. But Carrico couldn't get a piece on that one, guns out Bateman.
Duffy rocks and deals the 0-2. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Down on strikes goes Carrico. 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the first.
Nice start for Matt Duffy on the mound. A lot of his pitches commanding in the zone. And a wonderful strike from Bodine to that throw to second base, not letting Cotuit kind of get comfortable. That's what they do a lot. As we talked about, not the last time they'll go hit and run.
That brings up Ryan Galaney, right-handed hitter. Fastball burns the outside corner, 0-1. First righty we've seen in a while from Cotuit. Here's the 0-1. Called strike 2 on the 92-mile-an-hour fastball right at the knees. It's 0-2. Galaney this season batting .158 in his 7th appearance of the season. He's 3 for 19 for the Kets. Here's the 0-2. Galaney hits it on the ground to the right side of the infield. Straight at Eblin at second. Flips to first, inning over. A 4-3 putout for an unconventional 1-2-3 inning for Bourne in the bottom of the first. Will ascend to the top of the second. The Braves with a 2-0 lead over the Kettleers.
BourneBraves.org, the official website of the Bourne Braves, is your one-stop shop for everything Bravos. From directions to the ballpark, the full game schedule, team information, game recaps, roster news, and more. BourneBraves.org is the place to go for information on your favorite team on the Cape.
This is Bourne Braves Baseball on the Bourne Braves Radio Network. You can listen to all 22 Braves regular season contests away from Dorn Park here on our YouTube live stream. Can't make it to Chatham? 2-1 out for Wareham? Too busy for Brewster? Not to worry. Just search the Bourne Braves on YouTube,
Sit back, relax, and enjoy a summer night listening to your favorite team on the Cape.
Back at Lowell Park, we're through one inning, and it's a 1-0 Bourne lead over Cotuit. Derek Bender, the solo home run in the top of the first inning, got the Braves off to a hot start. And for Matt Duffy, it was an unorthodox 1-2-3 inning in the bottom of the first. Bateman led off with a single, but he was caught stealing by Caden Bodine. And then a strikeout of Carrico and a ground out of Galaney ended the inning. So it'll be 5, 6, and 7 due up for Bourne here in the top of the second, beginning with Sam Peterson, followed by Jackson Castillo and Cam Foster. Matt Scalzo alongside Cam Manna. Happy to be with you on this beautiful Sunday evening from Cotuit. Bourne with their first lead of the season over the Kettleers and looking for a bounce-back win after falling 9-5 last night to the Brewster Whitecaps. Peterson out of the University of Iowa will lead off here to begin the inning. For Peterson this season, takes ball one from Novotny. So far this year, he's batting uneven at 167. Here, the 1-0 from Novotny. Fastball catches the outside corner at the knees. It's 1-1. 167. It's his fourth appearance of the season. He's 1 for 6. He began his Bourne summer. 1-1. Check swing on off speed. He goes around, and it's 1-2. Began his summer with a double. Since then has not gotten the bat going. 1-2. Slow roller to the left side of the infield. Charging is Harrison. Fires. It's low. And it gets away from Thatch and behind him into right field. Peterson digging on his way to second. The throw is not in time. A head-first slide ahead of the tag from Petre. And Peterson begins the inning on an error and then advancing over to second. Well, we'll see what they give him. It's going to be a close play at first. They'll give him a hit. And then advancing over to second on the error from Harrison. So a runner in scoring position for Jackson Castillo as Novotny works from the stretch. First pitch, Castillo clips it back.
And that's what happens when you run hard to first base, kind of something that coaches tell you when you're at the high school and little league level, but, a routine chopper from Peterson, he flies in the base paths at 20 stolen bases at Iowa.
0-1 to Castillo. Off speed, misses outside 1-1. Castillo batting .281 this summer, has a home run along with 6 RBIs for the Bravos. The 1-1, Peterson going for third. Called strike, Peterson dives in safely. The throw from Peebles was not in time. Peterson showing off his speed. And he's 90 feet away from making a 2-0 Bourne lead as Castillo is down 1-2 in the count, and the entire infield will pinch in for Cotuit. From first to third, everyone on the edge of the infield grass. Peterson leading over at third. Novotny looks over, working from the third base side of the rubber. The 1-2. Fastball outside, and it's 2-2 to Castillo.
Peterson just electric on the base paths, and talk about his just electricity and how much he can bring to the table, really pumping up Bourne right now.
Here's the 2-2. Castillo bloops it out, shallow right field down the line, and it drops in for a base hit. Peterson will score. Castillo turning around first, on his way to second. He dives in safely. An RBI double for Jackson Castillo makes it 2-0 Bourne in the top of the second.
And a good job from Castillo driving in that run. Just got jammed there on that fastball from Novotny, just poking it into right field. And that's what Bourne's done so much better with runners in scoring position, just putting a ball in play. And it all starts with Peterson just running hard on the base paths.
Cam Foster comes in, right-handed hitter out of Liberty. Playing at third is Castillo at second, with his lead not being held on to. First pitch fastball. And it's outside for ball one. Bourne looking to keep the line moving. Another runner in scoring position in Castillo. Third baseman Galaney on the edge of the infield grass in case of some small ball here from Scott Landers. Here's the 1-0 to Foster. Swing and a miss on the fastball. It's 1-1. Foster so far this season, .259 batting average. 7 for 27. He's got 5 RBIs. Has done a great job at playing team baseball. 3 sac flies for the 6'4" infielder. The 1-1. Swing and a miss on the fastball. It's 1-2. Bourne with a 2-0 lead. Nobody out here in the top of the second. Castillo leads off second after an RBI double that drove in Sam Peterson. Derek Bender got the party started with a solo home run in the top of the first. Here's the 1-2 to Foster. Off to the end of the bat, and he clips it foul out of play. Down the first base side, count stays where it is at 1-2. Jonathan Vastine's on deck. Novotny settles back in. Castillo dancing around at second. 1-2 misses inside, gets away from Peebles and behind. Castillo will advance over to third, and he's 90 feet away from making a 3-0 Bourne lead as Foster has even the count to 2-2.
Bourne just taking advantage right now. One of the tougher starts, the toughest start for Novotny. And gets to it once again, trying to just dodge this run infield fully in.
Novotny looks in, and he's got his sign. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Foster rips it out to left center field and into the gap. That'll one-hop into the wall. Castillo will score standing up. Foster on his way to second. He's in with a stand-up RBI double. Makes it 3-0 Bravos.
We've talked about it on the pregame, just Bourne responding after really tough losses. And every time they've had a tough loss, 2 of them this year, they've bounced back. The very next day, the bats have came alive. And so far, we're seeing that to be true right here. Cam Foster, last 3 games, put in 2 doubles. Had 1 down the line at Bourne, and probably his best swing of the summer right there.
Peebles will go out and talk with Novotny. Bourne has started to find their groove here against Novotny. As you said, probably the best swing of the summer for Cam Foster. Right off the bat, from our vantage point, we could see it. Splitting the gap in left center between Matheson and Bateman. And it was an easy stand-up double for Foster. So Jonathan Vastine digs in. He had the hot bat last night, and he was also electric on the base paths. First pitch swing, a bouncer back up the middle. Harrison charges. Fields throws on the run in time for the first out. Foster advances over to third. So Vastine, at the very least, does his job. Gets his teammate over another 90 feet. And the 9-hitter Gage Harrelson will come up to bat with 1 gone, and Foster 90 feet away from making it a 4-0 ball game.
And not a hit there for Vastine, but you do what, Bourne's talked about, making it easier for the next batter, moving Foster up 90 feet.
As they've done before, Cotuit brings their entire infield in. A 3-0 Bourne lead. First pitch, high and tight. Harrison will lean out of the way for ball 1 on the off-speed from Novotny. Top of the order, and Bryce Eblin due up after Harrelson. Foster over at third. He's taking his lead. Here's the 1-0 to Harrelson. Fastball is clipped back. 1-1.
We've seen Harrelson in that leadoff spot, but this 9 spot also very good as well. Kind of can turn over the lineup in that second leadoff hole. And when he's on base, does so much damage.
Here's the 1-1. Fastball misses upstairs. It's 2-1. The 2-1 to Harrelson. Ripped through onto the left side of the infield and into left field for a base hit. Foster will score. 4-0. Bourne with the lead after the RBI single from Gage Harrelson. The Bats are on fire as they've seen Novotny for the third time, and they've finally cracked the code.
That's a great piece of hitting there from Harrelson. An in-out swing, got jammed on the fastball, but Galaney at third base just came over a little bit too much and just smacked that one right where he was, right down the line.
It's now the speedy Harrelson stands on first as Bryce Eblin digs back in. He grounded out to the shortstop Harrison his first time up. We've already seen Peterson go from second to third. Galaney still on the infield grass. Throw over to first from Novotny. Harrelson dives in safely.
And you wonder how much longer they let Novotny go in this one. They're hoping right now they're just going to give him the leash in the second inning, but, man, 5 hits on 4 runs to start.
First pitch to Eblin. Fastball called strike 1 at the belt. Derek Bender, who has a solo home run, stands on deck for the Bravos. Harrelson takes his lead off first. He's being held on to by Thatch. Harrelson going for second. He's caught in a rundown. Thatch charging over. Now it's back over to Harrison, who's racing down Harrelson. Now in Novotny looking to tag him out, and he does. So Harrelson, we saw him in a rundown yesterday that allowed Vastine to score from home. This time just a little too early on his jump from Novotny. He's able to snap the throw over and get the center fielder out for the second out. 0-1 to Eblin as Novotny back to the windup. Off speeds upstairs for ball 1.
And a strong pickoff move there from Novotny, and knowing that Gage Harrelson, when he's on the base paths, likely going to steal, and just really just froze him, caught him off guard.
1-1, the fastball's up above the head of Eblin, and it's 2-1.
The velocity's still there for Novotny. Got to 91 in that last fastball, just kind of flustered now and missing the zone a ton. That fatigue on all the hits from the Bravos.
2-1. Fastball right at the knees to Eblin. It's 2-2 with 2 gone. The first 3 batters reached base here for Bourne in the second. They all scored in Peterson, Castillo, and Foster. Has it at 4-0 Bourne. Here's the 2-2 from Novotny. Swing and a miss. Eblin down on strikes. Novotny ends the inning with his second punch out, but Bourne, for another 3 runs, makes it 4-0 as we head to the Cotuit half of the second. Here from Lowell Park on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network.
Commercial Electric Solutions, Cape Cod's most valued and professional electric subcontractor who has been providing exceptional services to both commercial and residential customers for over 10 years. Do you have an electric problem? CES has the solution. Cape Cod Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is a proud sponsor of the Bourne Braves. Cape Cod Orthopedic Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy is the region's largest and most experienced orthopedic group, accepting new patients at our Sandwich and Hyannis clinics. Convention Data Services, or CDS, is a technology company based in Bourne and a proud supporter of Cape Cod baseball. Since 1986, CDS has been delivering customized solutions to the global trade show industry. Keep up with CDS on their website at cdsreg.com and follow them on Facebook and LinkedIn.
Four nothing, Bourne with the lead as we come to the bottom of the second here from Lowell Park. Matt Scalzo alongside Cam Manna. We saw in the first 2 meetings between these two, Bourne struggled to get the bats going, was shut out in both meetings, but they've wasted no time in their third matchup against the Kettleers to jump on top. Derek Bender began the fun with a solo home run in the top of the first and the second at-bat of the game. And then in the second, Sam Peterson began the inning with a single. He advanced to second on an error, stole a third, and then an RBI double from Castillo, followed up by another RBI double from Foster. made it a 4-0 Bourne lead. Foster later came in to score on the RBI single from Harrelson. That's what made it 4-0. And so Matt Duffy comes out for the bottom of the second, and for the second time in a row, he's working with a large cushion thanks to his offense. Facing Tanner Thatch. First pitch swinging, and he pops it up foul out of play over the third base side. Duffy had a 1-2-3 in the first. Despite giving up the hit to Bateman, he was later caught stealing. 0-1. Thatch jammed inside, and he tips it foul off the off-speed. It's 0-2. Got a strikeout of Carrico and a ground out of Galaney. Left-handed hitting Thatch facing the righty and Duffy. He kicks and deals the 0-2. Thatch rips it out into right center field. Long run for Harrelson. He dives, and he makes the catch. Gage Harrelson showing off the speed and the athleticism to make the first out here in the bottom of the second.
The outfielders for Bourne, especially the guys in center, Gage Harrelson and Chris Stanfield, we've seen both those guys just make some spectacular plays. Robin Thatch of an extra base hit, going full extension.
First pitch fastball misses upstairs to James McCoy, the right fielder. We saw a little bit of music turn on right before Duffy threw his pitch. I don't know if it's tactics by the Kettleers. 1-0. Fastball popped up. Foul ground in front of the Cotuit dugout. Bodine going over. He runs out of room as it lands on top of the dugout. And it's 1-1. Of course, that's a joke. I don't actually think Cotuit's playing mind games with Matt Duffy.
But Matt Duffy certainly didn't like it. He kind of in his full windup, and more stuff coming on the speakers. I think that one made sense. It wasn't in the middle of a pitch, but man.
Here's a 1-1 breaking ball. Slow roller down the third base side. Foster charges, throws on the run, and it is not in time. The speed by James McCoy, too much. And it just died on the infield grass. It was a nice play by Foster to make it close. But McCoy, quick down the line, has an infield single with 1 out.
His first at-bat with Cotuit in his first game. And gets on base right there. And the Kettleers hoping for that on-base magic once again.
First pitch to Carter Matheson. Fastball cut on and missed. It's 0-1. Matheson is 0 for 11 so far this season. The 0-1. Fastball just misses upstairs, and it's 1-1. Righty on lefty here as McCoy takes his lead off first. The 1-1. Off speed, popped up. Right center field. Going back is Eblin. Coming on is Castillo. Eblin still going back. It's off his glove. Going over to third is McCoy. The throw from Harrelson is not in time. McCoy goes first to third as Eblin trying to make the long run back from second base to make the overhead catch. Pops out of his glove. That'll be a hit for Matheson, his first of the summer. Puts runners on first and third with 1 gone here in the bottom of the second.
Kind of a Bermuda Triangle-esque play once again. And if you're Harrelson or Castillo, you got that better read on it coming in towards the ball. And one of them there, specifically Harrelson's got to kind of make that call. Tough for Bryce Eblin to go back on the backhand to try to make that catch.
So Cannon Peebles comes in. First pitch fastball. Called strike 1 on the inside corner. Comes in with a big spot here as Cotuit looks to answer Bourne. Get their first run of the evening. It's Matheson at first and McCoy at third. The 0-1. Off speed, cut and miss. The breaking ball fooled Peebles, and it's 0-2. The 0-2. Peebles lays off the breaking ball, and it's 1-2. Duffy went back to the exact same pitch. This time Peebles learns his lesson. 1-2 with one out. Runners on the corners, first and third. Duffy working from the stretch. The 1-2. Off speed outside, and it's 2-2 to Peebles.
Prime spot here for Cotuit. And Matt Duffy loves that fastball with 2 strikes. He's shown it so far.
Throw over to first. Back in time is Matheson. Two count, one out. Bottom of the second, 4-0, Bourne with the lead. 3 runs in the top half of the second here as Duffy kicks and deals the 2-2. Fastball misses high and outside, and Peebles has battled all the way back to work the count full.
And Peebles always works a lot of good at-bats. Had 2 walks last night against Wareham. Had 1 hit as well.
Here comes the payoff pitch. Peebles clips a piece of it and lifts it foul out of play. So we'll go again on another 3-2. Matheson at first, McCoy at third. 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Cotuit looking to answer Bourne, who put up 3 runs in the top of the second. Another 3-2. Peebles rips it straight at Eblin at second. He makes the catch, fires on to first. It's in time! Eblin avenging that error that he had on the fly ball. Answers with a snag at second, and a quick throw back to Michelle gets Matheson. That ends the inning. A 4-3 double play as Bourne will hold on to its 4-0 lead as we head into the third here from Lowell Park.
The Bourne Braves organization is looking for families willing to host 1 or 2 players for the Cape League season. It generally runs from the first week in June to early August, and the bond between many host families and their players extend beyond the summer and form lifelong friendships. If you are interested in learning more about this opportunity, visit bournebraves.org.
Braves fans living on the Cape far from Doran Park? Too far of a drive to make the trip west on any given night? Well, don't worry, because the Braves are coming to you. The Bravos' full slate of games includes trips to all East destinations, including Orleans, Chatham, Brewster, Harwich, and Yarmouth, as well as West Division road trips to Cotuit, Hyannis, down south to Falmouth, and off Cape to Wareham. So wherever you are located on Cape Cod, the Braves will be in your area and are a can't-miss family fun activity. To see the Bravos' full schedule, head over to our website, bournebraves.org, and come join the fun.
We're through 2 innings here from Cotuit. It's a 4-0 Bourne lead. And Cotuit looked to answer Bourne's 3 spot in the bottom of the second. Had runners on the corners with 1 out, but a line drive straight at Bryce Eblin. He makes the snag off the bat of Cannon Peebles. Snaps the throw over to Garrett Michelle, gets Carter Matheson caught out on an inning-ending 4-3 double play. And Cotuit strands their best chance so far. And so it'll be Tucker Novotny back out on the mound, facing the heart of this Bourne order. 2, 3, and 4 due up in Derek Bender, Caden Bodine, and Garrett Michelle. And we've already seen Bender do what he does best. That's do damage, as he sent a towering home run to left center field, a solo shot in the top of the first. Gave Bourne a 1-0 lead, and he digs in to begin the top of the third.
And the Kettleers trusting Novotny here, hoping he can just get through 3 and not have to go to a full bullpen game, but Bourne looking to change those thoughts for Cotuit right here.
First pitch to Bender. Fastball is upstairs for ball 1. Bender wasted no time in his first matchup here against Novotny today. The 1-0. Fastball catches the outside corner, 1-1. 1-1. Fastball is low, and it's 2-1. Bodine on deck. The 2-1 from Novotny. Fastball finds the outside corner, and it's 2-2.
And a much better inning so far for Novotny, just painting those fastballs on the outer half instead of the inner half to Bourne hitters.
2-2. Bender fights it off. Another fastball. He clips it off or ricochets it off the fencing to our right here down the first base side. Another 2-2. Off speed, misses upstairs. 3-2. Novotny thought he got the strikeout of Bender. He was walking off the mound. Instead, he'll settle back in. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Bender down on strikes. Fastball got by him. Third punch out for Novotny, and there's one gone in the top of the third.
Yeah, the fastball velocity still there for Novotny. Just now hitting his spot.
0-1. Bodine grounded out to Kalai Harrison, his first time up out at short. The 0-1. Swing and a miss on the high fastball. It's 0-2. The 0-2. Off speed is upstairs for ball one to Caden Bodine.
Yeah, the fastball there for Novotny, but missing a few times with his changeup upstairs. Not a huge miles per hour difference either.
The 1-2. Bodine rips it on the ground, and it's past the glove of Harrison at shortstop into center field. It's a one-out single for Caden Bodine. So Bodine now 1 for 2. Has been batting above 500 through his first 3 games. So that brings up Garrett Michelle. He struck out his first time up. Bodine takes his lead, and he'll head back to first as Novotny sends a throw over. First pitch to Michelle. Pops it up. Third base side, foul ground. Galaney moving over. He runs out of room as it lands in the grandstand on the third base side. It's 0-1. Sam Peterson's on deck. He began the second inning rally for Bourne with a single, made it over to second on an error. Throw over to first one more time. Bodine's back safely, and the count stays where it is at 0-1. Peterson's got the high socks on the on-deck circle, and he said it's the first time ever that he's gone with high socks. The 0-1. Michelle puts it into right field, and that'll drop in for a base hit. Bodine advances over to second. Back-to-back base knocks for the Braves. Puts runners on first and second for Sam Peterson.
And now Novotny at right around 46 pitches. So he's bared down pitch count-wise. But the Bourne hitters just being able to go down and get those fastballs. A good swing there from Michelle, who's been seeing the ball a lot better. Extends his hitting streak in the last 3 games.
So Peterson comes up. Runners on first and second here with 1 out. First pitch fastball. Misses outside, 1-0. Talking to Peterson in the pregame, or at BP, he said it was the first time he's gone with high socks, but that's just how they came to him. Didn't have a whole lot of wiggle room on what to do. He said if he played a good game, he might have to stick with them. So far, so good. He's 1 for 1 with a run scored. The 1-0. Fastball's upstairs, 2-0.
And I talked to Andrew Patrick when he was here about high socks, and he said a lot of players feel on the feel of it, it just makes you feel a little bit faster. And Peterson obviously can run.
Might be an unfair advantage to give Sam Peterson more speed. Here's the 2-0. Off speed drops into the zone, 2-1. Montney looks over at second. Here's the 2-1 home. Fastball's outside, 3-1. There is a pitcher getting loose in the Cotuit bullpen. Not into full throws yet. Michelle with the lead over at first, not being held on to. The 3-1 breaking ball. And Peterson just misses it. Fouled back into the fence behind home plate, and it's 3-2 with 1 out. Michelle with a 3-4 step lead over at first. Bodine leads off second. Middle infield pinched in. Galaney on the edge of the infield grass at third. Here's the payoff pitch to Peterson. Swing and a miss. He's down on strikes. The fastball blown past him. 4th strikeout for Novotny, and there's 2 outs here in the 3rd. Jackson Castillo now comes up to bat. Castillo's 1 for 1, an RBI double, and the top of the 2nd. First pitch, breaking ball, misses outside to the left-handed hitting Castillo. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. Castillo on the breaking ball. Comes up empty. It's 1-1. Michelle off first. Bodine off second. Galaney on the infield grass at third. Pinching over towards second is Harrison. The 1-1. Fastball zips outside. It's 2-1. Montney looks in for his sign. It's a 2-1 count with 2 outs. Bourne with a 4-0 lead here at Lowell Park. The 2-1. Castillo puts it the other way, lifts it in the air, and it'll go foul down the left field line. Hustling over was Bateman, but it was tailing away from him. Counts at 2-2 with 2 outs. 2 men on for Bourne here in the top of the 3rd. Novotny set on the mound. Here's the 2-2. Bouncer in the dirt, gets behind Peebles, advancing over to third goes Bodine, and Michelle goes over to second base. So both runners in scoring position here with a full count to Jackson Castillo.
And a big spot here for Castillo. Extending this lead, a single could make it a 6-run jump for the Bravos. A lot of cushion for Matt Duffy and his pitching staff.
4 runs on 7 hits for the Braves so far. Novotny on the bump. Here's the 3-2. Castillo on the ground to the shortstop in Harrison. Fires on to first, and it's in time to end the inning. So Bourne strands a pair in the top of the 3rd. We'll go to the bottom of the 3rd, but before that, we'll welcome in the 3rd member of our team, Allie Navarette, who has more on the hot start to Caden Bodine.
Yeah, Mojo and I, thank you, Matt, by the way, talked about this a little bit in the pregame, but the coaching that Caden Bodine is getting here on Cape Cod is extra special. Obviously, he's working with Coach Saltalamacchia every day in BP, and those guys are pretty similar. Both catchers, both switch hitters. Today during BP, I even heard Salty ask Caden if he felt like he had gotten enough hits on both sides. So obviously a great start to him. Clearly some of that wisdom from Salty during BP has been working, not just today, but since he's been on the Cape, as he's had a really hot start here, like you mentioned.
Well, he's made his presence felt in the Bourne lineup, and Bourne has made their presence felt here at Lowell Park. We'll step aside for a quick break here on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network.
The Bourne Braves organization is looking for families willing to host 1 or 2 players for the Cape League season. It generally runs from the first week in June to early August, and the bond between many host families and their players extend beyond the summer and form lifelong friendships. If you are interested in learning more about this opportunity, visit bournebraves.org.
Braves fans living on the Cape far from Doran Park? Too far of a drive to make the trip west on any given night? Well, don't worry, because the Braves are coming to you. The Bravos' full slate of games includes...
Welcome back to Lowell Park here. To the bottom of the third inning we go. It's a 4-0 Bourne lead. Leading off for the Kettleers, Emilian Pitre, the second baseman tonight for the Kettleers. First pitch from Matt Duffy. Breaking ball is outside 1-0. Duffy working with the lead here for Bourne. They look to add more on the top of the third, but Castillo grounded out with runners at second and third to end the inning. The 1-0 fastball dips low. It's 2-0. Caden Bodine behind the dish. Allie had a nice hit on him. Howie's been helped by Coach Saltalamakia. 2-0, lifted in the air, foul ground down the left field line. Hustling over is Peterson, and it's going to just drop in front of him. It's 2-1 to the leadoff man in Pitre.
And Pitre, one of the 2 players out of Kentucky in this lineup tonight. His teammate McCoy just getting here.
McCoy picked up a single in the bottom of the second. 2-1. Pitre, slow roller, first base side. Will just dribble foul, and it's 2-2. Infield and outfield playing straight up. Harrelson maybe 10 steps to his right and out in left center. There's the 2-2. Breaking ball bounces in front of home plate. It's a full count to Pitre as Scott Landers will come out of the Bourne dugout to pick up the loose ball. Duffy comes set. He rocks and deals the payoff pitch. Pitre, hard hit ground ball to the right side. Eats up Eblin. He still picks it up. Fires to first. It's in time. A little bit of trouble for Bryce Eblin, but he's quick on his feet. Able to make a nice hard throw to first to get the leadoff man in Pitre. There's one gone in the third.
And Bryce Eblin stays down so long in his stance to field that ground ball. His body's full in front, so it took that weird hop, bounced off his chest, and made a nice play. He's so smooth in the infield. Him and Vastine, phenomenal in the middle infield.
First pitch fastball outside to Kalai Harrison, the 9-hitter and the shortstop tonight for the Kettleers. Back to the top of the order with Brett Bateman to follow. 1-0. Fastball called strike 1 on the inside corner. It's 1-1. The 1-1. Fastball fouled back, and it's 1-2.
And Kalai Harrison played his first game against Bourne. And since then, he's been hot. 400 hitter right now for Cotuit.
8 hits for him. The 1-2 bouncer down the first base side will go foul. The count will stay where it is at 1-2 with 1 gone in the bottom of the third. A 4-0 Bourne lead. 1 run in the first on a solo home run from Derek Bender, and then 3 in the second. RBIs from Castillo, Foster, and Harrelson. 1-2. Off speed is outside, and it's 2-2. Infield straight up. The middle infielders in Eblin and Vastine with their heels on the outfield grass. 2-1. Swing and a miss on the fastball. Duffy's got his second strikeout, and there's 2 gone here in the bottom of the third.
Nice job by Matt Duffy, just commanding the strike zone, working ahead on hitters. 2 punch outs, he's pitched for contacts, and keeping a solid pitch count so far, trying to get through 3.
Elevated the fastball to Harrison, a little eye candy. First pitch to Bateman. Fastball right at the knees for strike 1. The 0-1 from Duffy. Fastball misses above the letters, 1-1. To the left-handed hitting Bateman, who's 1 for 1. He singled to start the bottom of the first, but was caught stealing as Bodine threw down to Vastine for the first out. 1-1. Check swing. Lays off the fastball at the letters, and it's 2-1. Bateman fouls it back into the fence behind home plate. It's 2-2. 2 outs, nobody on. Duffy's allowed a hit in every inning. But still no runs to show for it for Cotuit. The 2-2. Bateman with a defensive swing. He was out in front of the off speed, but he catches a piece to stay alive and keep the count where it is at 2-2.
And so tough to put Bateman down. 41 at bats, only 4 strikeouts, and what he's done this season.
The 2-2. Off speed, checking his swing as Bateman. He just lays off it. Misses upstairs. It's 3-2. He gave a little hop there. Here's the payoff pitch from Duffy. Swing and a miss. Bateman down on strikes. Back-to-back punch outs for Duffy. His first 1-2-3 here in the bottom of the third. We'll send it to the fourth. Bourne with a 4-0 lead. I'll hand play-by-play off to Cam when we come back here on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network.
Not being able to make it to Doran Park is no excuse to miss the Braves in action. You can watch every Bravos home game live on the Bourne Braves television network. From stellar pitching performances, dazzling defensive plays, and big-time power displays, you can catch it all from the comfort of your home. It's your favorite Cape League team live on your screen. Just head to the Bourne Braves YouTube and join the fun.
You can catch the Bourne Braves all summer long at Doran Park. With more than 20 home games this season, Braves baseball is just a short drive away, whether you're on or off the Cape. With free admission to every Cape Cod League game, nights at Doran Park provide family fun for everyone. First pitch for all Braves home games is at 6, and you can check out the Bravos' full schedule over at our website, bournebraves.org.
Sunday Night Baseball here from Lowell Park, the Cotuit Kettleers and the Bourne Braves alongside Matt Scalzo. I'm Cam Manna with you. Bourne with a 4-0 lead so far, their first 4 runs in the 3 meetings against Cotuit so far this season. Tucker Navarette, the starter, back on the mound. Pitch count now over 50, and he'll face 7, 8, 9 in the Bourne order. Cam Foster, Jonathan Vastine, and Gage Harrelson. And Foster, the tall righty out of Liberty, doubled and scored back in the second in that 3 spot for Bourne. Beautiful night here, a packed house for the Kettleer faithful. And Bourne's been dominant through 3 so far. Navarette from the windup. First pitch on the lefty to Foster, off speed outside. 1-0.
And Foster's been seeing the ball really well at the dish. Starting to get into his groove. Back-to-back games where he's got a double.
Novotny comes to the plate. The 1-0 fastball painted on the outer half. Right at the knees, 1-1. Cotuit coming off a 7-2 loss against Wareham. And Bourne coming off a 9-5 loss against Brewster. Novotny's 1-1 fouled back by Foster on the up and outside fastball, count 1-2. Novotny's fastball has stayed around 90 miles per hour, topping at 92. He gets set back to the windup, working very quickly again. Here's the 1-2 down the line in the left field. It's a base hit. Cam Foster steps on first base, taking a wide turn. He's heading for second, looking for 2 doubles. The throw is not in time. Cam Foster with a bow and arrow celebration once again. 2 for 2 on the night, 2 doubles. And Bourne once again with the leadoff base runner.
Man, Cam Foster has gotten into that rhythm that you love to see for a hitter. He's so confident when he comes up to bat. And he's got so much speed, and then you add into the fact that he's 6'4", and he's got those long strides. He was thinking, too, straight out of the box. Even with a strong throw from Bateman, he's able to slide in safely.
Here's the lefty Vastine. First pitch, fastball low from Novotny. And 3 doubles in his last 3 games for Cam Foster. We talked about maybe the best swing of his summer came in that second inning off the left center field wall. And that one just drilled down the left field line. 1 ball, no strikes. Novotny from the stretch. Pitch to Vastine, called strike. Outside corner fastball, count 1-1. Vastine 0 for 1. Ground out to shortstop in the second, but that moved over the runner in Foster, who scored on a single from Gage Harrelson. Novotny's 1-1 fastball way upstairs. Just caught by Peebles behind the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike. 8 hits for Bourne on 4 runs. And no runs for the Kettleers on 3 hits and 1 error so far in this one. Vastine back in the box with the wide lefty stance. 2 balls, 1 strike. Novotny's pitch, fastball gonna miss. Up and outside, 3-1. And Bourne's been working a lot of long at-bats. We've talked about it. Novotny's 3rd start of the summer. All 3 have come against the Braves. Allowed his first run against Bourne early on in the first on a Derek Bender home run, and since then, the Bourne bats have just been steaming hot. Novotny gets set. His 3-1 pitch, wave and a miss from Vastine. Count now full.
He switched it up with the off-speed, down and in to Vastine. It was right in that in-between area that's been called a strike so far tonight.
Novotny looking for his 4th punch out here. Glove at the belt, the highlight kick, the 3-2, fastball low and inside, ball 4. A long at-bat here to Vastine. Runners at first and second for the Bravos, and here comes Gage Harrelson. And now the question is, for the Kettleers, how much longer they let Novotny go. An arm getting warm in the Cotuit bullpen. Just some stretching going on. No full warm-ups in left field. Gage Harrelson, the lefty, digs in 1 for 1 so far. A stellar play in center. Novotny's first pitch, Harrelson shows bunt. Wanted that push bunt towards the third base line. It drops foul. Count 0-1. Harrelson came into the game batting .214, the outfielder out of Texas Tech. Had a great at-bat in the second, put one down the left field line. Has an RBI as well. Cam Foster off second base, Vastine off first. No balls, 1 strike here from Novotny to Harrelson. Novotny gets set, working from the right of the rubber, glove at the belt. Goes slide step, Harrelson shows bunt, puts it down third base side. Charging is Galaney, this one just gonna roll foul. Good patience from the Cotuit third baseman. Count now 0-2.
Yeah, and this is a field that has a similar infield to Wareham, to where that grass extends to is the foul line. So there's no true white line. It's just wherever the infield grass ends. And so it was so close to just holding up and being that perfect bunt down the line. And with Harrelson's speed, it would have been tough to get him out.
Novotny now has Harrelson in the 0-2 hole. 2 runners on. Novotny, the 0-2 pitch, fastball, outside corner, it's going to miss. Now 1 ball, 2 strikes, and back to that bunt for Harrelson. With a field like this, makes it a lot easier for the ball to stay fair, but makes it tough for it to go from foul territory back into fair territory. Novotny set once again, long look in, takes a look at first, now the 1-2 pitch. Wave and a miss from Harrelson, he goes down swinging. The 4th punch out for Tucker Novotny. There's 1 away here in the top of the 4th.
That was a good pitch, went down and in to the left-handed hitter. He got Vastine on an earlier pitch. Of course, Vastine stands over at first. He was able to stay in and work that walk.
Bryce Eblin now digs in, back to the top of the order for the Bravos. The second baseman 0 for 2 so far. Novotny's first pitch skied out towards left field and foul down the line. Eblin just late on that fastball. 89 on the gun there from Novotny. We talked about him being right around 90 miles per hour. Sitting around 91, goes to 89 there. The lefty digs back in with a narrow stance, waves his bat. Novotny the highlight kick, the 0-1, fastball up and inside. Eblin ducks out of the way. He did check swing just a little bit. They checked down. He held up. Count 1-1.
And I talked about the oddity with Sam Peterson getting those tall red socks, forcing him to go with the high socks. Eblin, all they had were extremely long pants, or at least longer than for him, so he has to tuck them under his heels on his cleats. Says he likes the feeling of it.
A tighter feel per se for Eblin. Novotny a long look at second at Foster. The 1-1, fastball called strike on the outer half. 1-2. The infielder out of Alabama has made a few nice plays so far in the infield. Was in the 2 spot last night. Bats 1 here against Cotuit. 2 runners on in Foster and Vastine. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 away. Here's Novotny's pitch. This one line into left field for a base hit. Foster going to third base. He's going to get the hold. Vastine to second base. Cut off from Galaney. And the first hit of the night for Bryce Eblin. Bases juiced for Bourne.
It's a great piece of hitting from Eblin. He's kind of struggled a little bit lately. Went 0 for 4 last night. He was 0 for 2 going into that at-bat. But they're just keeping his hands through the zone, shoots it the other way. And John Topolewski over at third. He gave Foster the red light. Normally he's a little more aggressive, but Bateman was quick to get to it. And with your top hitter coming up to bat.
And it's Derek Bender, that top hitter. First pitch fastball outside, 1-0. Had the home run in the first pitch swinging on Novotny. He went down swinging in the third. 6 RBIs on the early stint here with Bourne for Bender, and 4 extra base hits. Novotny from the windup, the 1-0, check swing, fastball upstairs. They're going to check down. Bender did not go around. Count 2 balls, no strikes. Coastal Carolina has been good to Bourne so far. Bender and Bodine in the 2-3 spot. Bodine waits on deck. Foster on third base, Vastine on second, Eblin on first. Bourne looking for some insurance. Novotny's 2-0. This one skied out right field. And this one going to go down the line and going to be out of play. Novotny steps back on the bump here. 9 hits now for Bourne. Foster a little bit off third base. Middle infield pinching. And the corner's in for Cotuit. The 2-1. This one, a deep drive towards center field. Going back is Matheson at the track. This one goes over his head. Bounces against the base of the wall. Foster's going to score. Here comes Vastine. He's in there. Bender to second, a 2 RBI double. The lumber is hot for the Bravos. It's 6-0. Derek Bender, his second hit of the night, one over the fence and one off the wall. He sits on second base. Eblin goes to third. 2 runs coming in score. The Bravos in full command here on the road. Infield now in, the righty Bodine. He'll dig in. Novotny's first pitch from the windup. This one's low on the changeup. Blocked by Peebles. Count 1-0.
I mean, you can't ask for much more than what Derek Bender's given. And, you know, he had the cycle 2 nights ago. I guess you could say he had an off night last night. He still had a single and a walk in there.
As Novotny's 1-0 comes in, fastball at the letters to Bodine. Count 1-1.
But he's given so much to this Bourne lineup in terms of hitting, but also patience and his aggressiveness on the base paths.
The 1-1 to Bodine. This one grounded second base side. Not gloved by Petre. Rolls into right field. Eblin is going to score. To first base is Bodine. Bender goes to third. Looks like it's going to be an E4. 7 runs now on the board for Bourne. And this may do it for Tucker Novotny.
And for Novotny, you know, Bourne's gotten their hits, but there's been a couple of plays that you'd like to get back to have your defense help you out. Eblin was probably going to score. Yeah, well, infield pinched in. He might have held at third, and that would have been a big out to get, but sometimes you're just left shaking your head as a pitcher, hoping your defense can help you out. But a couple of plays, that's not been the case.
Tucker Novotny, his third start here against Bourne, and his third overall with the Kettleers. It's a tough one. A commanding lead for Bourne. It's 7-0. And a pitching change here for Cotuit. So we'll step away here on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network. Bourne in front by 7.
Cape Cod Healthcare is proud to be the official healthcare sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. And with 6 convenient urgent care centers across Cape Cod from Falmouth to Orleans, we're ready to treat a wide variety of minor illnesses and injuries, so you can get back to your regular scheduled summer plans quickly. Open daily with no appointment needed and staffed by board-certified ER providers. View wait times at capecodhealth.org. Cape Cod Health Urgent Care, minor emergencies, major attention.
Not being able to make it to Doran Park is no excuse to miss the Braves in action. You can watch every Bravos home game live on the Bourne Braves television network. From stellar pitching performances, dazzling defensive plays, and big-time power displays, you can catch it all from the comfort of your home. It's your favorite Cape League team live on your screen. Just head to the Bourne Braves YouTube and join the fun.
You can catch the Bourne Braves all summer long at Doran Park. With more than 20 home games this season, Braves baseball is just a short drive away, whether you're on or off the Cape. With free admission to every Cape Cod League game, nights at Doran Park provide family fun for everyone. First pitch for all Braves home games is at 6, and you can check out the Bravos' full schedule over at our website, bournebraves.org. BourneBraves.org, the official website of the Bourne Braves, is your one-stop shop for everything Bravos. From directions to the ballpark, the full game schedule, team information, game recaps, roster news, and more. BourneBraves.org is the place to go for information on your favorite team on the Cape.
This is Bourne Braves Baseball on the Bourne Braves Radio Network. You can listen to all 22 Braves regular season contests away from Doran Park here on our YouTube live stream. Can't make it to Chatham? Too worn out for Wareham? Too busy for Brewster? Not to worry, just search the Bourne Braves on YouTube, sit back, relax, and enjoy a summer night listening to your favorite team on the Cape.
We return to Lowell Park here on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network alongside Matt Scalzo. I'm Cam Manna with you. The Bravos in front 7-0 over Cotuit. That will do the night for Tucker Novotny. And Zach Joyce now on the mound. The right-hander out of Tennessee. Just played his first season at Tennessee in 2023. Was enrolled at the school in 2022, not a part of the program. And played 2 seasons at Walter State Community College. He'll come in here in relief. His first appearance as well tonight for Cotuit. Runners on the corners for Bourne. Garrett Michelle, the lefty's in. First pitch, fastball outside, 1-0. Bodine's off first. Bender is off third. Bender with that 2 RBI double here in the fourth. The 1-0 to Michelle. This one gets past Peebles. Bender's going to come home. He's going to waltz in and score. Bodine goes to second. Put another run on the board for the Braves. 8-0.
That's definitely not the start that Joyce would have liked out of the bullpen. Here, you always just want to kind of settle in, get ahead early on a batter. First pitch ball to Michelle, and then a ball in the dirt straight past your catcher. Another run comes in to score.
Joyce from the stretch. Pitch to Michelle on the 2-0. Fouled back. Count now 2-1. Not the start that the Kettleers wanted for Novotny. He was stellar in his first two against Bourne. We talked about it. Third time's the charm, and that's what came true here tonight. 2-1, popped up third base side out of play from Michelle. Count knotted at 2s. His final stat line, 3 1/3. Innings pitched, 10 hits. 8 runs, all of them earned. 5 strikeouts and 1 walk. Joyce looking to bear down here and stop the bleeding for the Kettleers. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch to Michelle, low, and gets to the backstop once again. Peebles picks it up. Bodine goes to third, takes a turn at the bag. He'll head back. 2 wild pitches to start the stint here for Joyce out of the bullpen. And another runner at 90 feet away for the Bravos. 3-2 count to Michelle with 1 away. Michelle 1 for 2 tonight. Had a single in the third, extended his 3-game hitting streak now. He digs back in, then wide lefty stance. Infield now in for the Kettleers. The 3-2 fouled back on the fastball. We'll do it again.
You know, it's crazy to think here for Joyce, especially with the season he had at Tennessee. 17 strikeouts, just 2 walks. And he only had 3 wild pitches throughout the whole year, and he's got 2 in his first at-bat of the summer.
His 3-2 to Michelle, line right field, a base hit. 9 runs on the board for Bourne. An RBI single for Garrett Michelle. Bodine scores his second hit of the night. And the Braves in full command.
Everybody in this order is just raking for Bourne. There's no other way to put it. They just continue to build off of one another. The line keeps moving.
And that line now goes to Sam Peterson. The righty digs in. Joyce from the stretch. High leg kick first pitch. And the changeup hangs upstairs. Count 0-1. Eleven hits now for Bourne. Get to it, the #1 pitching staff so far this summer on the Cape. No balls, 1 strike. Joyce's pitch. Slider's going to hang outside. 1 ball, 1 strike now. This Cotuit team came into the game 69 runs scored, that's second in the league. 45 runs allowed, that's first. The 1-1 to Peterson, fouled back on the fastball. Count now 1-2. And we've talked about how good this Kettleers team is. Bourne came into this game 2 losses, a 3-0 defeat, and a 1-0 loss in the first meeting. Not the same here tonight. 2-step lead for Michelle off first base. Peterson back in the box. Joyce's 1-2 pitch. Fastball line into left center field. It's another base hit for Bourne, their 12th of the night. Michelle goes to second. Peterson to first. You're smelling some burning. That's the hot lumber for Bourne.
I think Sam Peterson might continue to rock the high socks here. He's 2 for 3, a couple of singles.
Yeah, he'll stick with those high socks. He said if he plays well, he'll keep them. 2 singles here tonight. He's 2 for 3, and he's scored once. Jackson Castillo, who has a double as well, he'll dig in. First pitch to the lefty from Joyce. Fastball low in the dirt. Count 1-0. That fastball gunned at 94 from Joyce, so the velocity is there. And Matt mentioned has not had trouble commanding the zone. That's not been his problem so far. Some long counts, but Bourne just has everyone's number on Cotuit. As this one, a high drive to right field. Down the line, may want to kiss this one goodbye towards the foul pole. Waiting for the single, and this one is foul. Castillo was waiting on it as well. Just missed the home run. Want to give Bourne a large lead, and now Cotuit going to talk to their pitcher and Joyce once again.
I mean, that just would have been the cherry on top here for Bourne.
Castillo put a drive into that one. 320 down the right field line here at Lowell Park. That one just hooked foul. Had a lot more distance. 12 hits for Bourne on 9 runs. And, you know, we've talked about the last few games, especially against these two, coming into it. Pitcher's duel. And you would expect it here tonight. Matt Duffy, the top guy for Bourne. Tucker Novotny has been that top guy for Cotuit. But something different here tonight. And, Matt, it goes back to the response for Bourne. It seems like every time they have a tough loss, they just have the revolving door and they flush out. They come ready to go the next day.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing with baseball is that, you know, Derek Bender's talked about it. This is a game that can humble you really, really fast. And for Bourne, a team coming in on a 3-game winning streak, they got humbled last night. You battled back, you took the lead, and then you end up losing after Brewster puts up a 6 spot. And Pete Ciuffreda says it's a game about adjusting, and you just got to keep going one day at a time. Whatever happened yesterday, you can't change it. You just got to get ready for the new day, and they've done that today.
Joyce back on the mound is 1-1 to Castillo. Clips the outer half, count 1-2. Only one out here in the top of the 4th. Michelle still off second, Peterson on first. Another RBI chance for Bourne. Here's the 1-2 to Castillo. This one, swing and a miss. And he'll go down swinging. First base occupied. And Peebles blocked that one as it was in the dirt. So now 2 away. And Bourne has batted around. Cam Foster, the second time he'll hit here in this inning.
The A began the inning with a double. Came in to score on the 2-run double from Bender. Now he's back up to bat.
Looking for hit number 3. Swinging a hot stick. 2 outs in the inning. Joyce back to the stretch. Highlight kick, first pitch. Fastball upstairs. 1-0. It started with Foster on a double. Vastine followed with a walk. And then a few base hits from Eblin and Bender. Michelle and Peterson as well. Here's the 1-0. Changeup hangs the letters. Called strike. Count not at once. Foster back in the box. Joyce a long look in. Michelle with the 2-step lead. Second baseman in Petre holding him on. Glove at his belt. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss from Foster. Almost a snap throw from Peebles to second. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And 94 miles per hour there from Joyce. A lot of juice behind his fastballs. Looking to keep it right here. He gets set. The 1-2 pitch to Foster way up and inside. Foster just limbos out of the way. Count now 2-2. Jared Saltamacchia talking to Jonathan Vastine, the hitter on deck. Foster back in the box. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Joyce takes a look at second at Michelle. Here's the pitch. Foul tipped in the glove. Strike 3. So back-to-back strikeouts for Joyce. Gets Castillo and Foster to go down. But Bourne, what an inning in the top of the 4th. They lead 9-0 against the top team in the West. Bottom 4 coming up. The Kettleers back with the bats.
Commercial Electric Solutions, Cape Cod's most valued and professional electric subcontractor who has been providing exceptional services to both commercial and residential customers for over 10 years. Do you have an electric problem? CES has the solution. Cape Cod Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is a proud sponsor of the Bourne Braves. Cape Cod Orthopedic Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy is the region's largest and most experienced orthopedic group, accepting new patients at our Sandwich and Hyannis clinics. Convention Data Services, or CDS, is a technology company based in Bourne and a proud supporter of Cape Cod baseball. Since 1986, CDS has been delivering customized solutions to the global trade show industry. Keep up with CDS on their website at cdsreg.com and follow them on Facebook and LinkedIn.
A beautiful Sunday night here from Lowell Park, a Western Division showdown, the Cotuit Kettleers and the Bourne Braves. We thank you for joining us on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network. Matt Scalzo, I'm Cam Manna with you. A 9-0 lead now for Bourne on 12 hits. And Matt Duffy, the righty, now back on the bump. Michael Carrico, the lefty DH, in the box. 3 hits for Cotuit. Looking for a bounce-back inning here. Duffy's first pitch from the windup, back in the zone, a called strike in the outer half. Duffy so far has been stellar, has worked quickly. He's back to the windup, glove at his face, the high leg kick. The 0-1 off speed in the zone. Clips the outer half once again. Quickly 0-2. Carrico 0 for 1, struck out back in the first. Duffy gets set once again. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Fourth punch out for Matt Duffy, 1 away here in the bottom half of the fourth.
We've talked a lot about the hot bats that Bourne's had, but Matt Duffy, him working with a lead, allows him to be super comfortable on the mound, and last time we saw him super comfortable on the mound, man, he was dealing against Wareham.
First pitch to Galaney, same result, swing and a miss at the elevated fastball. As Matt mentioned, 5 1/3 innings pitched for Duffy against Wareham, no hits allowed. Until that final batter before Duffy was taken out. Here's the 0-1 to the righty Galaney. Off speed, just low in the zone. Count 1-1. Galaney 0 for 1 so far, came into the game. Batting .158. Comes off an 0 for 4 night against the Gatemen. Duffy back to the windup. 1-1 pitch, fastball up and inside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Duffy out of Canisius College, a 1.80 ERA to start his summer here from Bourne. He gets set, the 2-1 pitch, off speed, right down Main Street. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 errors for Cotuit as well. Those have been costly, but Bourne's helped himself when needed with the bats. Duffy looking for punch out number 5, the 2-2. This one line towards deep right field. Coming towards the line is Castillo, and this one is going to be caught. And Castillo makes a nice play, ranging towards the line. And a quick 2 outs here for Matt Duffy and Bourne. And here comes Tanner Thatch.
Yeah, Duffy had 3 straight strikeouts coming up to bat against Galaney. But he's also done a nice job of just letting his defense make plays.
Thatch, the lefty, digs in. Duffy's first pitch, and off speed. In the zone once again. Just painting that outer half. 0-1. Duffy works quick. The high leg kick is 0-1. Off speed, low and inside. Almost clips Thatch on that back foot. The first baseman's 0 for 1. Had a line out to center field in the second where Gage Harrelson made a sliding grab. Duffy gets set. The 1-1 pitch. Fastball outside corner at the knees. And quickly 1-2, Duffy looking for a 1-2-3. Normal depth for the infield and the outfield. Duffy, the 1-2 pitch, high drive towards center field. Going back on is Harrelson, now will set her under it. In dead center field, he makes the catch, and that ends the inning. So a 1-2-3 for Matt Duffy, his second of the game. Had the unconventional one in the first. And he's been dominant so far, as well as the Bourne Bats. Top 5 coming up. The Bravos lead 9-0.
The Bourne Braves organization is looking for families willing to host 1 or 2 players for the Cape League season. It generally runs from the first week in June to early August, and the bond between many host families and their players extend beyond the summer and form lifelong friendships. If you are interested in learning more about this opportunity, visit bournebraves.org.
Braves fans living on the Cape far from Doran Park? Too far of a drive to make the trip west on any given night? Well, don't worry, because the Braves are coming to you. The Bravos' full slate of games includes trips to all East destinations, including Orleans, Chatham, Brewster, Harwich, and Yarmouth, as well as West Division road trips to Cotuit, Hyannis, down south to Falmouth, and off Cape to Wareham. So wherever you are located on Cape Cod, the Braves will be in your area and are a can't-miss family fun activity. To see the Bravos' full schedule, head over to our website, bournebraves.org, and come join the fun.
We head to the top of the 5th here from Lowell Park. We thank you for joining us back on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network alongside Matt Scalzo. I'm Cam Manna with you. 8-9-1 in the order for the Braves. Jonathan Vastine, Gage Harrelson, and Bryce Eblin all due up. 3 of the newcomers for Bourne appearing in their 4th and 5th games here this summer. And Zach Joyce, the righty out of Tennessee, back on the bump. The righty's first pitch from the windup, fastball outside, 1-0. Vastine 0 for 1 so far, walked in the 4th and scored in a 5 spot, for the Bravos. Is 1-0, fastball outside from Joyce. Quickly 2-0 to Vastine. Vastine back at shortstop here tonight. Third baseman and Galaney comes in to watch that bunt. Here's the 2-0. This one dips low, bounces in the dirt. And a 3-0 count here to the shortstop. Joyce coming in relief for Tucker Novotny. 12 hits for the Bourne Bats. Joyce's 3-0, fastball up and away, ball 4. A 4-pitch walk for Jonathan Vastine. The second time he'll reach base tonight via the walk, and here comes Gage Harrelson.
And one of the big things on Vastine when he was coming into Bourne was his patience in the batter's box, working long counts, working walks. Didn't see that a whole lot early on, but his last few outings, he's shown that patience and now work back-to-back walks here and back-to-back innings.
Joyce from the stretch. First pitch to the lefty Harrelson. Grounded third base side. Picked up from Galaney on a hop. On to second to Petre for 1. On to first. Not going to be in time there. So a fielder's choice for Gage Harrelson. And 1 away here in the top of the 5th.
And nice job by Galaney. He's been in on that infield grass the entire game. And that one from Harrelson sharply hit the other way. Good job by him to get his glove down quickly, make a nice throw to get the lead runner out. Harrelson's got too much speed. It would have been tough to turn 2.
Top of the order for Bourne. Here's Bryce Eblin. Picked up his first hit in the 4th. First pitch to him, fastball up and inside. 1-0. 1 for 3 is his stat line. Had a few hard-hit balls last night. Finally seeing it through. He digs back in, Joyce from the stretch. 2-step lead for Harrelson. Here's the pitch, lined out towards deep center field. Going back on is Matheson. Now he'll set her under it. He'll make the catch. Harrelson goes back to first base. He was caught between both bags. And 2 outs now on the inning. A nice bounce back inning for Zachary Joyce. And here comes Derek Bender. Bender 2 for 3 so far. 3 RBIs for the DH tonight. Doubled and scored back in the 4th. Joyce to the stretch, high leg kick. First pitch off speed, outside, 1-0. Another spectacular night for Derek Bender. Hit for the cycle just 2 nights ago. Joyce's 1-0 pitch. This one fouled back from Bender. 89-mile-per-hour fastball there from Joyce. We've seen him get up to 94 so far. Harrelson still with a 2-step lead off first base. Thatch holding him on. The 1-1 pitch from Joyce fouled back once again on the elevated fastball. Count now 1-2. Bourne in front 9-0, 13 hits for them. Bender has 2 of those hits. In a 1-2 hole here. Harrelson's going. Joyce's pitch. This one chopped third base side. Picked up from Glaney ranging in. He'll pick it up, fire across the diamond. It's in time, and that will end the inning. 1 walk and no hits and no runs here in the top of the 5th for Zachary Joyce and Cotuit. The bounce back inning they needed, but the bats got to come alive. Bottom 5 coming up here at Lowell Park.
Not being able to make it to Doran Park is no excuse to miss the Braves in action. You can watch every Bravos home game live on the Bourne Braves television network. From stellar pitching performances, dazzling defensive plays, and big-time power displays, you can catch it all from the comfort of your home. It's your favorite Cape League team live on your screen. Just head to the Bourne Braves YouTube and join the fun.
You can catch the Bourne Braves all summer long at Doran Park. With more than 20 home games this season, Braves baseball is just a short drive away, whether you're on or off the Cape. With free admission to every Cape Cod League game, nights at Doran Park provide family fun for everyone. First pitch for all Braves home games is at 6, and you can check out the Bravos' full schedule over at our website, bournebraves.org.
5, 6, 7, due up for the Kettleers. They trail 9-0 against Bourne. It's a Western Division showdown. Cotuit, the top team at 9-4. Bourne 5-7-1. Both squads with a loss last night, looking to get back on track. And both teams have been hot the last few games. Cotuit, the best ERA right now in all of the Cape League. Best in runs allowed, second in runs scored. 2-2 in their last 4, coming off that 7-2 loss over Wareham. And Matt Duffy back on the mound for the Bravos after a 9-5 loss against Brewster after 3 straight wins. They hit the road for 1 game. They'll be back at home tomorrow night against Harwich. And Cotuit, their first time facing off against Bourne here on their home diamond. It's James McCoy, Carter Matheson, and Cannon Peebles due up. McCoy digs in. The right fielder out of Kentucky had his first hit of the summer in his first game and first at-bat with the Kettleers. Foster, the third baseman, comes in. Duffy from the windup. First pitch to the lefty. Fastball misses outside. 1-0. Foster now takes 2 steps back. Infield, outfield in normal depth for the Braves. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Fastball inside corner. It's a called strike. And a 91-mile-per-hour fastball there from Duffy. Works so quickly on the bump. He's back to home plate once again on the 1-1. The off-speed just hangs upstairs and outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Came into the game with only 2 earned runs allowed and 11 strikeouts. No earned so far as the 2-1s upstairs. 3 balls, 1 strike to McCoy. 5 hits allowed coming into the game. 3 so far tonight against the Kettleers. It's 3-1 from the windup to McCoy. Swing and a miss. Big fastball elevated. Count now full. McCoy looking to start a rally here for Cotuit. Chokes up here with 2 strikes. Duffy's 3-2. Fastball inside corner. It froze him. Strike 3. The 5th punch out for Matt Duffy. And 1 away here in the bottom of the 5th.
You know, sometimes I'm scared to talk when Duffy's pitching because I want to give Cam time to speak. So I feel like you get 3 seconds to really get your thought out when Duffy's pitching because he just gets on that mound, does a couple wiggles with his arms, and he just sets his sights and fires.
Carter Matheson, the lefty, now digs in. Foster 2 steps in on the grass. Duffy from the windup. First pitch fastball up and away. 1 ball, no strikes.
That fastball to McCoy was just picture perfect. You can't ask for a much better fastball. Right on the inside corner.
His 1-0 pitch. Fastball outside. 2-0.
He's fallen behind again. He battled back against McCoy. He was down 3-1. Now he's down 2-0 to Matheson.
He gets set from the windup. The highlight kick, the 2-0 off speed, hangs outside. Just missing on that slider. 3 balls, no strikes to Matheson, who's 1 for 1 tonight. Was caught in a double play on a line out back in the 2nd. Duffy's 3-0, fastball outside, ball 4. A 4-pitch walk, and the first walk of the night allowed by Matt Duffy. Matheson takes that jog down to first base. Cannon Peebles now digs in. Peebles had that line out that forced the double play. A hard hit ball to Eblin at second, and that snap throw back to first got Matheson. Another lefty in this order for Cotuit. The catcher out of NC State taking his second hacks here tonight. Duffy from the stretch, working from the left of the rubber. Slide step to home plate, first pitch fastball, back in the zone, 0-1. First pitch strikes have been the importance of the success of Duffy in this one. Back to the zone there. Cam Foster in at third base, middle infield pitching. Two-step lead for Matheson. Duffy's 0-1, fastball up and inside. Just going to miss above the letters, 1-1. Peebles went 1 for 2 last night against Wareham. Also had 2 walks. As the wide lefty stance, Duffy's 1-1. This is a slider, low and inside, going to miss. 2 balls, 1 strike. Still only 3 hits for Cotuit. Peebles back in the box. Duffy gets set, a long look in. A 2-1 fastball at the knees. Beautiful frame from Bodine. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Duffy already ready to go back in the bump. Peebles back in the box. Still a 2-step lead for Matheson. Duffy's 2-2 pitch. Off-speed shot, first base side. This one going to roll foul, picked up from Michelle. We'll do it again. 5 punch outs for Matt Duffy. At a 1-2-3 third and fourth. Faced the minimum in the first after the leadoff single from Brett Bateman. Can face the minimum here if he gets Peebles to ground into a double play. Duffy with the glove at his belt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. This one fouled back on the fastball. Clocked at 94 miles per hour from the right-hander. Talked about what Matt Duffy can do at the next level. His fastball and the off speed that he has, something you could see in the next couple of years. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. This one line down the right field line from Peebles. This one's going to roll to the corner. Stepping on second, heading for third is Matheson. He will get the wave around third base. He's going to come around and score. The throw cut off from Eblin at second. And Peebles into second base. It's an RBI double for the NC State catcher. First run on the board for the Kettleers, 9-1.
This is a great at-bat from Peebles, battling off 2 great pitches from Duffy. Then he gets a pitch he likes, and he drives it down the line. Duffy had lost his command a little bit here in the 5th. And Scott Lander's going to go out and have a chat with him, and looks like that'll be the night for Matt Duffy. He gives a point to the bullpen.
And Matt Duffy also at that pitch count. But another spectacular night for the right-hander. Gets a hug from Scott Landers. He'll take his walk to the first base dugout. Some claps here at Lowell Park. Just 5 hits for Duffy. That 1 run allowed. And that will do it for his night for Bourne. A 9-1 lead here. You stick with us, bottom 5 in the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network.
Cape Cod Healthcare is proud to be the official healthcare sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. And with 6 convenient urgent care centers across Cape Cod from Falmouth to Orleans, we're ready to treat a wide variety of minor illnesses and injuries, so you can get back to your regular scheduled summer plans quickly. Open daily with no appointment needed and staffed by board-certified ER providers. View wait times at capecodhealth.org. Cape Cod Health Urgent Care, minor emergencies, major attention.
Commercial Electric Solutions, Cape Cod's most valued and professional electric subcontractor who has been providing exceptional services to both commercial and residential customers for over 10 years. Do you have an electric problem? CES has the solution. Cape Cod Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is a proud sponsor of the Bourne Braves. Cape Cod Orthopedics, Sports Medicine, and Physical Therapy is the region's largest and most experienced orthopedic group, accepting new patients at our Sandwich and Hyannis clinics. Convention Data Services, or CDS, is a technology company based in Bourne and a proud supporter of Cape Cod baseball. Since 1986, CDS has been delivering customized solutions to the global trade show industry. Keep up with CDS on their website at cdsreg.com and follow them on Facebook and LinkedIn.
BourneBraves.org, the official website of the Bourne Braves, is your one-stop shop for everything Bravos. From directions to the ballpark, the full game schedule, team information, game recaps, roster news, and more. BourneBraves.org is the place to go for information on your favorite team on the Cape.
This is Bourne Braves Baseball on the Bourne Braves Radio Network. You can listen to all 22 Braves regular season contests away from Doran Park here on our YouTube live stream. Can't make it to Chatham? Too worn out for Wareham? Too busy for Brewster? Not to worry, just search the Bourne Braves on YouTube, sit back, relax, and enjoy a summer night listening to your favorite team on the Cape.
We return on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network here from Lowell Park, and a pitching change for the Bravos that will end the night for Matt Duffy. And another spectacular start for the right-hander, Canisius. Went 4 1/3 innings pitched, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts. Bourne on the 9-1 lead, and Henry Weicker, the left-hander out of Virginia Tech, now in the game, his 3rd appearance of the season. And his 2nd out of the bullpen, a 1.13 ERA, and only 1 run allowed for Weicker. He'll face the 8-hitter to start here in Emilian Petre. And Petre 0 for 1 so far in this one. After the RBI double for Cannon Peebles, that gets the Kettleers on the board for the first time. 5 hits now for Cotuit. Peebles stands on second with 1 away. And Petre the hitter. A lefty-on-lefty matchup. Cam Foster in at third base. Bourne makes a decision to go platoon on the lefty-on-lefty. 2-step lead for Peebles. Weicker from the stretch. First pitch fouled back on the fastball, 0-1.
And this will be good to see for Cotuit. They are a hefty lefty lineup.
More common to be a righty pitcher, and that favors Cotuit a lot of the time. Weicher's 0-1, fastball moves away outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Petre went 2 for 4 last night against the Gatemen. His first 2 hits of the summer for the Kettleers. He's back in the box, 1 ball, 1 strike. Weicker looks at second. Here's the pitch. Check swing on the slider. He went around. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Beautiful pitch there from Weicker. Takes a long look in once again. 6 strikeouts on his season. Looking for the punch out here. The 1-2 pitch. Fastball outside. Count 2-2. Peebles is off second. Vastine at short holding him on. Corners now back for Bourne. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Weicker with the glove at his belt. Here's the pitch. Chop second base side. Eblin comes in, ranges to his left, picks it up, fires to first. It's in time. 2 outs on the inning. Peebles advances 90 feet. And now 90 feet away is Cannon Peebles for the 2nd run of the game for Cotuit. And Kalai Harrison now comes to the plate. Harrison 0 for 1 so far, had the strikeout in the 3rd. Just his 2nd at bat right here in the 5th. Another lefty in the Cotuit order. Weicker back to the stretch. First pitch, fastball low and inside. They check down. Harrison did not go around. 1 ball, no strikes. The Kettleers looking to chip away at this 8-run lead for Bourne. Weicker working from the right of the rubber. Glove at his belt once again. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. Out in front is Harrison on the slider. Count knotted at once. Normal depth for the infield and the outfield. Sun still shining here from Cotuit. Weicker gets set once again. The highlight kick, the 1-1 fastball inside corner at 91, called a strike. Count 1-2. Matt Duffy started the inning. Got into some trouble after a stellar outing. And Weicker looking to shut the door here in the bottom of the fifth. The 1-2 line third base side and foul, almost into the Cotuit dugout. That fencing there was definitely just save some lives. Harrison back in the box here, choking up with 2 strikes, the wide lefty stance. Peebles still off third base. Has the only RBI tonight for the Kettleers. Weicker, a deep breath, the 1-2 pitch, chopped, first base side. Weicker runs over, this one gonna roll foul. We'll do it again.
It looks like Cotuit will, if Harrison's able to get on, they're gonna try and combat this lefty pitcher with a pinch hitter and Irvin Weems Jr., right-handed hitter, outfielder, in place of Bateman, which to me is a little surprising considering Bateman's your best hitter. It doesn't seem like he's had much trouble against a righty or a lefty this season.
Harrison gets set. Weicker's 1-2. This one just chopped foul third base side. Weicker went to the slider. Harrison stays alive. Bateman #1 in average and RBIs this season. So he'll get the rest for the night on the 9-1 lead for the Bravos. We'll see if Weicker can face Weems this inning. His 1-2 pitch, fastball outside corner, called strike 3. That ends the bottom of the fifth here from Lowell Park. 1 run scored for Cotuit on the RBI double for Cannon Peebles. They now trail by 8. Bourne back with the bats. Top 6 coming up on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network.
The Bourne Braves organization is looking for families willing to host 1 or 2 players for the Cape League season. It generally runs from the first week in June to early August, and the bond between many host families and their players extend beyond the summer and form lifelong friendships. If you are interested in learning more about this opportunity, visit bournebraves.org.
Braves fans living on the Cape far from Doran Park? Too far of a drive to make the trip west on any given night? Well, don't worry, because the Braves are coming to you. The Bravos' full slate of games includes trips to all East destinations, including Orleans, Chatham, Brewster, Harwich, and Yarmouth, as well as West Division road trips to Cotuit, Hyannis, down south to Falmouth, and off Cape to Wareham. So wherever you are located on Cape Cod, the Braves will be in your area and are a can't-miss family fun activity. To see the Bravos' full schedule, head over to our website, bournebraves.org, and come join the fun.
Cape Cod Healthcare is proud to be the official healthcare sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. And with 6 convenient urgent care centers across Cape Cod from Falmouth to Orleans, we're ready to treat a wide variety of minor illnesses and injuries, so you can get back to your regular scheduled summer plans quickly. Open daily with no appointment needed and staffed by board-certified ER providers. View wait times at capecodhealth.org. Cape Cod Health Urgent Care, minor emergencies, major attention.
We head to the top of the 6th here on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network. A 9-1 lead for the Bravos and some substitutions for the Kettleers. Brett Bateman out of the game, so Irvin Weems will be in left field. And Josh Pine will now play second base. Kyle Harrison out of the game. And Emilian Petre, he'll shift over to shortstop. First pitch to Caden Bodine from Joyce. This one shot foul. Count 0-1. So a tough spot here for Cotuit. They take their best hitter and best player out of the lineup. Batted over 500 on the season. Joyce from the windup is 0-1 to Bodine, low and inside. Count 1-1.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting for for Cotuit to make that move, but they want to be able to combat this lefty pitcher in for Bourne and Weicker.
And the 1-1 comes in, a called strike from Joyce on the inner half to Bodine. Bodine a hit tonight, reached base in the fourth as well and scored. The 1-2 comes in, this one low, count 2-2. Bodine now batting left for the first time tonight. For the second time, excuse me. Swing and a miss. Bodine goes down swinging. First punch out here for Zachary Joyce. And there's one away here in the top of the sixth. Garrett Michelle now comes to the plate.
That's a good pitch from Joyce. He keeps it low. He got Bodine to chase earlier on a foul ball that he got on a pitch similar to that. He went back to it.
Garrett Michelle now digs in. Joyce from the windup. First pitch, wave and a miss from Michelle. Out in front on the changeup from Joyce. Count 0-1. Joyce back to the windup, glove at the face. Michelle 2 for 3 so far. Here's the 0-1, fastball way upstairs. Count 1-1 in the 94-mile-per-hour fastball. We talked about Michelle seeing the ball a lot better, a lot more patient at the plate. Joyce's 1-1 pitch, fastball outside, gonna miss. Count 2-1. Back-to-back singles for Michelle, 3-game hitting streak. The wide lefty stance, he digs back in. Joyce's 2-1, fastball up and away once again. 3 balls, 1 strike. Cotuit finally getting on the board. Joyce looking to just stop the bleeding. He's gonna have to go to the distance out of the bullpen. 9-1 lead for the Bravos. 3-1, fastball called strike to Michelle in the outer half. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Sam Peterson waits on deck. 2 hits as well for him tonight. Joyce's 3-2. This one a high drive towards right field. Running towards the line is McCoy. This one's going to be a fair ball into the corner. Michelle rounds first base. He's heading for second, and he'll get in there standing. The 3rd hit of the night for Garrett Michelle, and it's a 1-out double.
I feel like we've talked about it in a lot of the more recent games and how Michelle's just starting to get back into a groove, see the ball a bit better. And now he's getting his bat to come around. He had worked walks, some singles. Now he picks up a double.
Sam Peterson now digs in.
It's the first hit for Bourne in a little bit, too.
2-step lead for Michelle off second. Joyce from the stretch. First pitch fastball called strike on the lower half. Peterson 2 hits, scored in the second. Matt brought up the high socks. And if Peterson was going to keep wearing them, looking for his 3rd hit tonight, the 0-1. This one fouled first base side, lined against the netting above the Bourne dugout. Quickly 0-2 to Peterson. Peterson came into the game 1 for 6 with 2 RBIs. The outfielder out of Iowa batted .314 this spring. Michelle still off second. Joyce gives him a look. The 0-2. This one chopped right at shortstop at Petre. Picks it up on a hop, fires across the diamond. Close play at first base. Peterson safe. An infield single for Sam Peterson. Petre had trouble on the transition at shortstop. The 3rd hit of the night for Sam Peterson. Runners at the corners for the Bravos.
Peterson's just got so much speed out of the box that for an infielder, you can't have those moments where you double clutch. And whether Petre had trouble on the exchange or what it was, he double clutched, gave Peterson that extra second. You can't give those freebies to Bourne.
The lefty Castillo now digs in. Peterson's going. Chop first base side. Picked up by Thatch. He'll step on the bag. Holds Michelle at 3rd base. So a sigh of relief there for Cotuit. Bourne almost with their 10th run on the board. Nice play from Thatch, knocking that one down. A 3 unassisted. And 2 outs now on the inning, and here comes Cam Foster. Foster with his 4th at bat, excuse me. Struck out to end the 4th, but he also started the inning on the double. Has 2nd and 3rd, 2 away. First pitch, a swing and a miss. One of the slider there was Joyce. Count 0-1. Peterson now off second base. Michelle's off 3rd. Foster looking for hit number 3. Joyce from the stretch takes a look at third base. His 0-1, fastball low and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. We talked about Cam Foster seeing the ball so much better. Now with 3 doubles on the season, all coming in the last 3 games for the third baseman out of Liberty. The 1-1 pitch, fastball painted low and outside corner. And 1 ball, 2 strikes, and Joyce looking to get out of the inning with no runs allowed. 2 hits so far. Top 6 here from Lowell Park, 9-1 lead for Bourne. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Joyce's pitch, this one flown out right field, out of play from Foster. We'll do it again. Michelle with 3 hits now, and 3 hits as well for Peterson in that 4-5 spot for Bourne. The heart of the lineup continues to swing the bat well. Joyce's 1-2 to Foster outside on the fastball at 93. Knotted at 2s. 13 hits for Bourne. A dominant performance. We talk about their responses to losses. We're seeing it here again tonight on the road. Foster looking for insurance. The 1-2, grounded third base side. Picked up from Glaney on a hop, fires across the diamond. It's a strike, and it's in time to end the inning. So 2 hits on no runs here in the top of the 6th from Lowell Park. Bourne still in front, 9-1. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Kettleers back with the bats.
BourneBraves.org, the official website of the Bourne Braves, is your one-stop shop for everything Bravos. From directions to the ballpark, the full game schedule, team information, game recaps, roster news, and more. BourneBraves.org is the place to go for information on your favorite team on the Cape.
This is Bourne Braves Baseball on the Bourne Braves Radio Network. You can listen to all 22 Braves regular season contests away from Doran Park here on our YouTube live stream. Can't make it to Chatham? Too worn out for Wareham? Too busy for Brewster? Not to worry, just search the Bourne Braves on YouTube, sit back, relax, and enjoy a summer night listening to your favorite team on the Cape.
Sunday Night Baseball here from Lowell Park. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Cotuit and Bourne, and a 9-1 lead for the Bravos here in the 3rd appearance against Cotuit, looking for win number 1 and for their 6th of the summer. Alongside Matt Scalzo, I'm Cam Manna with you. Top of the order for Cotuit, Brett Bateman leads the team in the league in average. He's out of the game now. Irvin Weems will be the pinch hitter. He bats right and he'll play left field. Henry Weicker back of the bump in relief for Duffy. He's from the windup. Southpaw's first pitch. It's a fastball in the zone. 0-1. Weems 0 for 10 coming into this game. 3-run score, but he's walked 6 times. He digs back in. The 0-1 pitch. Fastball way outside. Count 1-1. 4 hits for Cotuit. Says 3 errors on the board, but we think that's going to change to 2. As the 1-1 comes in off speed in the zone. Good slider from Duffy, just painted on the outer half. 1-2.
Yeah, we both thought that hit for Peterson was a hit, and they currently have it at 14 hits, but I don't know.
Weicher's 1-2, can't get on top of the slider. It's up and away. Count knotted at 2s.
That was both a hit and an error, I guess.
They'll change that shortly, hopefully, but in our scorebook, a hit for Peterson, 2 errors for Cotuit on 14 hits for Bourne. The 2-2, swing and a miss. Weicker gets a punch out right there, his 2nd in relief for Matt Duffy, and there's 1 away in the bottom of the 6th. Michael Carrico now digs in. Still in the lineup, he's 0 for 2. Struck out twice, both to Duffy. The lefty has 2 home runs on the season, 6 RBIs as well. First pitch to him, at the knees, a called strike on the changeup from Weicker. Count 0-1. We talk about Weicker, 3rd appearance, 8 innings pitched, only 1 run allowed on 8 hits. His 0-1, this one popped up in the infield, high in the air. Cam Foster calling everyone off at third base. He'll take 3 steps in and make the catch. And a quick 2 outs for Henry Weicker. And here comes Ryan Galaney with 2 away. Galaney also 0 for 2. 0 for 4 last night as well, the third baseman out of Wofford. Henry Weicker has been stellar so far out of the bullpen. Bourne looking for their first win against Cotuit. First pitch to Galaney outside, 1-0. A 1-0 win and a 3-0 win for the Kettleers in the first 2 meetings at Doran Park. Their 3rd meeting in 12 days. Here now from Cotuit. Weicker to the windup, glove with the belt. High leg kick, the 1-0. Fastball misses outside, gloved by Bodine. 2 balls, no strikes. Cotuit still the top team in the West Division at 9-4. Bourne now at 5-7-1. Looking to get back on track and be winners of 4 of their last 5. The 2-0. This one looked like a strike, couldn't be gloved by Bodine on the slider. Rolls to the backstop, 3 balls, no strikes. The Kettleers looking for a 2-out base runner. Galaney back in the box, glove, bat on his shoulder, and a fastball upstairs from Weicker. It's ball 4. 4-pitch walk to the third baseman. He'll jog down to first base. And here comes Tanner Thatch, another guy that's still looking for his first hit tonight. 2 hard hit balls from Thatch. A line out to center on a great play from Harrelson, and a fly out as well to dead center field. Normal depth for the Bourne infield and outfield. Weicker now to the stretch. First pitch, slider outside, 1-0. Some shade here behind home plate. Sun still shining in center field. Middle infield pinching just a little bit with Vastine at the bag at short. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch, a swing and a miss from Thatch. Back to that slider is Weicker at 82 miles per hour. Count 1-1.
Good pitch from Weicker. He had thrown 5 straight balls prior to that point. Gets him back on the horse.
He's back to the stretch from the right of the rubber. Glove of the belt, 1-1. Fastball called strike. Painted on the outer half. 1 ball, 2 strikes here. Looking for punch out number 3. Tanner Thatch back in the box. Chokes up here with 2 strikes. A look at first. And this one popped up into left field. Sam Peterson takes 2 steps back now towards the track. He'll make the catch running towards the wall. And that will end the inning. So another scoreless spot for the Bourne defense. Top 7 come up. And the Bravos in front 9-1 against Cotuit. All hand play-by-play back to Matt Scalzo. He'll take you home here from Lowell Park.
Commercial Electric Solutions, Cape Cod's most valued and professional electric subcontractor who has been providing exceptional services to both commercial and residential customers for over 10 years. Do you have an electric problem? CES has the solution. Cape Cod Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is a proud sponsor of the Bourne Braves. Cape Cod Orthopedic Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy is the region's largest and most experienced orthopedic group, accepting new patients at our Sandwich and Hyannis clinics. Convention Data Services, or CDS, is a technology company based in Bourne and a proud supporter of Cape Cod baseball. Since 1986, CDS has been delivering customized solutions to the global trade show industry. Keep up with CDS on their website at cdsreg.com and follow them on Facebook and LinkedIn.
Welcome back to Lowell Park here in Cotuit. It's a 9-1 lead for the Braves, and there's a new pitcher on the mound for Cotuit, it is Jacob Tobias, who is normally the first baseman for the Kettleers, and I don't know if this is them throwing in the towel, just keeping arms safe, or if they just don't have any more arms available, but he's smiling on the mound. You know, I've seen position players pitch before, but never this early in a game.
Well, Tobias this season for Cotuit, no appearances.
Pitching,
yep.
This is something. So he'll settle in to face 8, 9, and 1 in this board order. He's a righty, facing the lefty in Vastine. First pitch, Vastine chops it on the ground, straight at the first baseman, Thatch. He'll keep it himself and then flip to Tobias to record the first out.
Well, we got to see what his fastball is going to be clocked at. You know, just throwing that one in right there. He's actually using, looks like an outfielder's mitt.
He's a first baseman and an outfielder. First pitch, 77 miles per hour. Misses outside to the left-handing hitting Harrelson, who is 1 for 2. 1-0, popped up foul, and it's 1-1.
And, you know, pretty cool for Tobias. You're in the Cape League with some of the best hitters and pitchers, and you get an appearance on the bump.
1-1. Sails upstairs, it's 2-1. I mean, I can't help but smile because Tobias has also just got the biggest grin on his face. The 2-1, Harrelson fouls it back, it's 2-2.
And he's just throwing the same pitch. He's just throwing in what he's throwing, a four-seam fastball, but right around between 68 and 70 miles per hour.
The 2-2. Harrelson fouls it back. Some oohs and ahs from around the crowd. Two. Harrelson one more time fouls it away.
And tough here for a hitter, you know. You're trying to battle with the change of speed from Joyce, who was throwing 94.
2-2. Harrelson flies it in the air, deep to right center field. Moving over is Matheson, and he will make the catch for the second out.
Man, Tobias about to get close to get a 1-2-3 inning here, and that's just the beauty of baseball sometimes. You look at Navarette and Joyce, who Division I guys, throwing mid-90 fastballs. Had some tough starts in this one, and Tobias might get a 1-2-3.
First pitch to Bryce Eblin, the top of the order, back up for Bourne, is a fastball that's upstairs 1-0. It's definitely different for a hitter to go from 94 to 76. 1-0, hit on the ground, eats up Thatch, he flips to Tobias, and it's in time for the third out. A 1-2-3 inning for Jacob Tobias out of the bullpen for probably the first time ever. And we'll send to the bottom of the seventh, a 9-1 Bourne lead here from Lowell Park.
The Bourne Braves organization is looking for families willing to host 1 or 2 players for the Cape League season. It generally runs from the first week in June to early August, and the bond between many host families and their players extend beyond the summer and form lifelong friendships. If you are interested in learning more about this opportunity, visit bournebraves.org.
Braves fans living on the Cape far from Doran Park? Too far of a drive to make the trip west on any given night? Well, don't worry, because the Braves are coming to you. The Bravos' full slate of games includes trips to all East destinations, including Orleans, Chatham, Brewster, Harwich, and Yarmouth, as well as West Division road trips to Cotuit, Hyannis, down south to Falmouth, and off Cape to Wareham. So wherever you are located on Cape Cod, the Braves will be in your area in our can't-miss family fun activity. To see the Bravos' full schedule, head over to our website, bournebraves.org, and come join the fun.
Welcome back to Lowell Park here from Cotuit. 9-1, Bourne with the lead as we enter into the bottom of the 7th. Henry Weicker back out on the mound, a true pitcher. And in the top of the 7th, we saw Jacob Tobias, a fielder for the Kettleers, come in and pitch a 1-2-3 inning in a 9-1 game. Matt Scalzo alongside Cam Manna. Not sure if it's strategy by Cotuit to keep the Bourne hitters off their game or try to save some arms.
Yeah, it seems like just saving arms for the Kettleers. A long summer. And they played a lot of games in a row after, a few rainouts early on in this season. But up 9-1 right now, just trying to save all their pitching. Down 9-1, excuse me.
James McCoy leads off the bottom of the 7th. He takes ball one outside from the lefty and Henry Weicker. Came in replace of Matt Duffy in the 5th. Just gave up a walk in the 6th. 1-0. Upstairs 2-0. McCoy, switch hitter out of the University of Kentucky. 1 for 2 today. A single and a strikeout. 2-0. Check swing, and he fouls it out of play the first base side, 2-1. 2-1 from Weicker. Fastball zips into the heart of the zone, 2-2. 5, 6, and 7 due up for Cotuit here in the home half of the 7th. 2-2 from Weicker. Driven the other way down the right field line, and it is foul. So McCoy will slowly move back towards home plate after a hard hit foul ball down the right field line. Bourne with a 9-1 lead. Scored 1 in the first, a solo home run from Derek Bender, 3 in the second, and 5 in the 5th. 2-2. Swing and a miss. McCoy down on strikes. Third strikeout for Weicker. And there's one gone in the 7th.
Good pitch there from Weicker, continuing to pound the strike zone and be dominant out of the bullpen. And Bourne looking to just stay where they are overall, keep playing their brand of baseball, even though Cotuit just trying to save their pitching here in a weird kind of finish to this one.
First pitch to Carter Matheson. Fastball zips inside, and shifting out of the way is Matheson. It's 1-0. He's 1 for 1. A single and a walk. 1-0 fastball. Catches the bottom of the zone. And it's 1-1. He's the lone run that has scored for Cotuit tonight. Came in on the RBI double from Cannon Peebles. 1-1. Lined the other way, and it will slice foul. Down the left field line, it's 1-2. Lefty on lefty. Weicker's got his sign. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Matheson, bouncer back down the first base side. Weicker fields, turns, flips to first, and it's in time for the second out here in the bottom of the 7th.
Great play there from Weicker, just picking that one up, spinning just a little 180, and then that flip to first. The athleticism off the mound, and Bourne looking to get back in their 1-2-3 ways.
Have to get through Cannon Peebles, who's had some hard hit balls. He's 1 for 2, lined out to second his first time up. Turned into a double play to end the second inning, and then has the lone RBI. He takes a first pitch fastball right at the knees for strike 1. Made it all the way over to third, but a strikeout of Kalai Harrison ended the inning. 0-1, fouled off, and it's 0-2 to Peebles. Sun beginning to set here in Lowell Park. Only area that's got the sun is right field. Jackson Castillo battling the sun. Fastball misses upstairs. 1-2. Defensive change for Bourne. Joey Loynd is over at first in place of Garrett Michelle. The 1-2. Breaking ball comes back in. Peebles fouls it back.
Nice hustle, Atticus. Let's go. Let's go. Some bright spots up. Look at hustling that boy.
Weicker shakes off his sign, comes set, and time is called.
And a race here in front of us as well between both bat boys. We've seen that a few times from Bourne winning that battle as well there.
Weicker kicks and deals the 1-2. Peebles fouls it straight back, and our crowd mic falls out of the fence.
We muted that mic for a quick second. You probably just heard a little bit of a loud bang.
1-2, fastball. See you later. Fourth strikeout for Henry Weicker. Elevates it. Peebles can't catch up, and it's a 1-2-3 bottom of the seventh as we head into the eighth. Bourne with a 9-1 lead over Cotuit here on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network.
The Bourne Braves organization is looking for families willing to host 1 or 2 players for the Cape League season. It generally runs from the first week in June to early August, and the bond between many host families and their players extend beyond the summer and form lifelong friendships. If you're interested in learning more about this opportunity, visit bournebraves.org.
Braves fans living on the Cape far from Doran Park? Too far of a drive to make the trip west on any given night? Well, don't worry, because the Braves are coming to you. The Bravos' full slate of games includes trips to all East destinations, including Orleans, Chatham, Brewster, Harwich, and Yarmouth, as well as West Division road trips to Cotuit, Hyannis, down south to Falmouth, and off Cape to Wareham. So wherever you are located on Cape Cod, the Braves will be in your area and are a can't-miss family fun activity. To see the Bravos' full schedule, head over to our website, bournebraves.org, and come join the fun.
Weicker with a 1-2-3 bottom of the seventh as we head into the eighth here from Lowell Park. Matt Scalzo alongside Cam Manna. It's a 9-1 Bourne lead. And on the mound one more time here for Cotuit is Jacob Tobias, who's been an infielder that's now turned into a pitcher, with Bourne well out in front and in control here from Lowell Park. And he'll face some pinch hitters here for Bourne, beginning with Pete Ciuffreda. So Derek Bender's night is done. He got the party started in the top of the first with a solo home run to left center field. Got Bourne out in front. Offense followed suit. Ciuffreda swings on the first pitch, drives it deep to right center field, and it'll bounce into the wall out of reach for McCoy. Ciuffreda turning on the Jets, going from first to second. And it's a lead-off, stand-up double for Pete Ciuffreda to begin the eighth.
And first pitch, Ciuffreda knew what was coming. Just that same kind of pitch from Tobias. And he brought it into right center field. A good swing from Ciuffreda. And Bourne just looking to just keep tacking on here. Right now it almost just turns into kind of batting practice.
Joey Loynd will swing on the first pitch, puts a grounder towards first base. Thatch keeps it himself, steps on the bag, and there's one gone as Ciuffreda advances over to third. So Joey Loynd comes up to bat. Already touched on his defensive change in the field, playing at first base. We've seen him at third. Now seeing him at first for the first time this season. First pitch swing, hits a grounder to the third base side. Fielded by Galaney. He fires on to first, and he airmails it. Thatch didn't know where it was. He ducked out of the way. Coming in to score comes Chufreda. And it's 10-1 Bravos.
And if one thing kind of sums up Cotuit's day, it's that play right there. Just a throw from Galaney that's routine, and Thatch at first base just kind of getting blinded. There still is that sun in right field. A little bit of mixed shade and sun at first. He's wearing the glasses as well, just completely lost it in the sun.
That will bring up Sam Peterson. He takes strike one on the fastball from Tobias. It's 0-1. So loined off first. The 0-1. Peterson skies it high and out of play down the right field line, 0-2. Peterson's had a nice day. In our books, he's 3 for 4 with 3 singles. The 0-1. Peterson clips it foul, and it's 0-2 still. In terms of the scoreboard, it says that his last single was an E6.
And they're scoring the loin play as well. Looks like an E3.
The 0-2. Peterson chops it down the third base side, and it skitters foul.
So 4 errors for Cotuit. When we talk about a lot of the Bourne victories, a lot of them come on just the Braves pounding on teams after they make errors and just exploiting those problems and making well of their opportunities.
The 0-2. Peterson rips it over the head of the shortstop in Pine and into left center field for his third hit of the night. Puts the runners on first and second.
And Peterson might be wondering as well when we'll look at the stat sheet after this one. We talk about that controversial play. We'll see if it changes after this game is over, but 3 hits right now for Peterson on 4 good swings.
Jackson Castillo swings on the first pitch, sends a towering pop-up into shallow left center field. Moving back is Pine. He'll make the catch for the second out. So Pine now over at third, and Pitre back to second base. A lot of lines in our scorebooks here for second and third, or excuse me, second and short. First pitch to Foster. Fastball in for strike one. Runners on first and second, 10-1, Bourne with the lead. 15 hits, that matches a season high that they got at Chatham. The 0-1, low, 1-1. Could potentially be 16, depending on how Peterson's ruling goes after the game. 1-1. Fastball outside, 2-1.
And it's the thing for Cotuit. Do you want the 16 hits and the 3 errors, or the 15 hits right now and the 4 errors?
It's a huge debate.
Yep.
Big debate. 2-1. Foster slices it foul down the right field line, and it's 2-2.
I personally would just take the more hits allowed.
Yeah. I mean, we had talked about it before, especially with Cotuit. In the prior 2 meetings, they didn't make a single error against Bourne. It's one of the things they pride themselves on. 2-2 to Foster, fastball up at eye level. 81 miles an hour from Tobias.
Some claps here for him as well.
I think that's the fastest we've seen from him. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Foster down on strikes. Tobias with his first punch out. That ends the inning as we'll head to the bottom of the 8th. Bourne adds another 10-1. The Braves with the lead over the Kettleers here on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network.
Not being able to make it to Doran Park is no excuse to miss the Braves in action. You can watch every Bravos home game live on the Bourne Braves television network. From stellar pitching performances, dazzling defensive plays, and big-time power displays, you can catch it all from the comfort of your home. It's your favorite Cape League team live on your screen. Just head to the Bourne Braves YouTube and join the fun.
You can catch the Bourne Braves all summer long at Doran Park. With more than 20 home games this season, Braves baseball is just a short drive away, whether you're on or off the Cape. With free admission to every Cape Cod League game, nights at Doran Park provide family fun for everyone. First pitch for all Braves home games is at 6, and you can check out the Bravos' full schedule over at our website, bournebraves.org.
Welcome back to Lowell Park as we come into the Cotuit half of the 8th inning. Matt Scalzo alongside Cam Manna. It's a 10-1 Braves lead over the Kettleers. Bourne has matched their offensive total in hits for the season high with 15 as it stands right now. Henry Weicker concludes his night out of the bullpen as he will be replaced by Ryan Fisher. Weicker goes 2 2/3 innings, doesn't allow a hit, strikes out 4 and walks 1. So another strong outing for Henry Weicker out of the bullpen. Hands it off to Ryan Fisher, one of the returners for Bourne. He's started on opening day against Brewster. And then in his last outing, he came in out of the bullpen against Cotuit 5 days ago. Went 3 innings, gave up 2 hits, 2 earned runs, struck out 6, and walked 1. He'll likely go the rest of the way for Bourne as he faces Emilian Petre to begin here. 8-9-1, due up for the Kets. First pitch swing, ground to the right side of the infield. Handcuffs Lloyd, he flips to Fisher, and he wins the race to the bag for the first out.
The PFPs for Bourne right there. Lloyd knocking that one down and kind of almost just rolled a bowling ball right over to Fisher. Bourne tonight once again playing flawless defense in the infield, and really, you talk about what they do after tough losses. They play a very good complete baseball game.
For the first time tonight, we'll see Josh Pine in the batter's box. The right-handed hitter takes ball 1 low from Fisher. Pine plays at Indiana. He's 0 for 11 so far this year. 1-0, straight back up the middle. Fielded by Vastine, moving to his left, fires to first. It's low, but it's gloved by Lloyd, and it's a nice, smooth and silky play for Jonathan Vastine for the second out here in the bottom of the 8th.
Vastine's range at shortstop, he just covers so much ground, and we almost sound like a broken record when we talk about him defensively. His range, his speed, and the plays he makes on the run, that concentration to make those throws to first base, it's unbelievable.
Irvin Weems comes in. First pitch swing, grounder to the right side of the infield. Fielded by Foster on the backhand. Long throw to first. Lloyd can't make the pick. And so the inning will continue. That initially popped up off the glove of Cam Foster, and then while in the air, he snags it with his bare hand and fires to first, but Lloyd can't come up with the pick. That'll go down as an infield single for Irvin Weems.
Almost an amazing play, and Foster, that concentration to just barehand that ball and get the seams on it to still make a strong throw to first base. Would have been tough even if Lloyd could scoop that.
Michael Carrico will now come in. He's 0 for 3. First pitch fastball, catches the inside corner at 92 from Ryan Fisher. Comes in with a 5.14 ERA, 8 strikeouts to 3 walks on the season for Fisher. 0-1 misses downstairs, 1-1. Fisher coming off a 4-7 season with NJIT in 2023. Snap throw to first. Weems back safely. Count stays where it is. 74 strikeouts, 22 walks, 1-1. Swing and a miss by Carrico. It's 1-2 on the off speed from Fisher. Weems at first, held on to by Loyne. 1-2 count, 2 outs. Fisher deals. Fastball upstairs, and the count moves to 2-2. Middle infield of Eblin and Vastine at standard depth on the edge of the outfield grass. 2-2. Carrico soft line drive, fielded by Vastine, and he makes the catch for the third out. So Fisher works around the 2-out single from Weems as we head into the ninth. Bourne with a 10-1 lead over Cotuit here on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network.
The Bourne Braves organization is looking for families willing to host 1 or 2 players for the Cape League season. It generally runs from the first week in June to early August, and the bond between many host families and their players extend beyond the summer and form lifelong friendships. If you are interested in learning more about this opportunity, visit bournebraves.org.
Braves fans living on the Cape far from Doran Park? Too far of a drive to make the trip west on any given night? Well, don't worry, because the Braves are coming to you. The Bravos' full slate of games includes trips to all East destinations, including Orleans, Chatham, Brewster, Harwich, and Yarmouth, as well as West Division road trips to Cotuit, Hyannis, down south to Falmouth, and off Cape to Wareham. So wherever you are located on Cape Cod, the Braves will be in your area and are a can't-miss family fun activity. To see the Bravos' full schedule, head over to our website, bournebraves.org, and come join the fun.
Into the ninth here from Cotuit. 10-1, Bourne with the lead over the Kettleers. Jonathan Vastine will lead off the ninth, facing Jacob Tobias, the first baseman who's out for his third inning of work. First pitch fastball misses low and away. Vastine grounded out to first the last time he faced Tobias. He's 0 for 2 with a pair of walks. 1-0, ripped down the right field line and into the corner for a base hit. Vastine leads off the ninth with his first hit of the night. Another single for Jonathan Vastine.
Good swing there from Vastine. Had 2 walks. You know, he really did get on base tonight, and had a hard hit ball as well in the 7th. So finally just seeing one through there.
And so now Bourne officially has set a new season high of hits. Harrelson swings on the first pitch. Line drive into left center field. That'll split the gap. Vastine around second on his way to third. Weems fires it back in. Harrelson into second, standing up. So runners on second and third with nobody out. Here to get things going in the top of the ninth.
Good swing there from Gage Harrelson. Once again, going in and out. Works so well to the opposite field. Goes left center. 2 hits for him tonight. 17 hits for Bourne. Bats exploded in a game that we thought was going to be a pitcher's duel.
First pitch, Bryce Eblin swings, line drive, right field. Vastine will score. Getting the red light over at third is Harrelson. He'll hold. RBI single for Bryce Eblin makes it 11-1 Bourne.
Going to be a lot of first pitch swinging in the next few at-bats. And these guys just timing up Tobias. It was only a matter of time, and Giuffreda has a double already.
First pitch to Giuffreda. He takes on the outside corner for strike 1. The 0-1, Giuffreda, ground ball, right side of the infield, out of reach for Thatch. Harrelson will score. Eblin advances over to second. RBI for Pete Giuffreda. 12-1 Bourne, a new season high in terms of runs for the Bravos.
And inching up on 20 hits.
$19 hits for Bourne. First pitch, Bodine takes outside, ball 1. This isn't on the same level of that game that we saw, well, that we didn't see, but first pitch, or second pitch to Bodine outside, 2-0. I'm not sure if you saw it, Camp, but the score of the Angels-Rockies, 2-0, downstairs 3-0. I mean, I was just scrolling on CBS Sports and I saw 18-0 in the fourth. Just goes and scratch your head a little bit. 3-0. Bodine gets the green light, chops it foul down the first base side, 3-1. I've never quite seen something like that in Major League Baseball. 3-1, belt high strike, 3-2. I know last year the Blue Jays beat the Red Sox like 28-4 in a game. Payoff pitch, Bodine pokes it the other way, into deep left center field, long run for Weems. Moving back towards the track, he makes the catch. Tagging from second on his way to third goes Eblin. That will bring up Joey Loynd, a.k.a. Porky. First pitch, Loynd swings, sends a fly ball into deep left center field. Matheson moving over into the gap. He makes the catch. Tagging is Eblin. He'll come home and score. Makes it 13-1 Braves. Sack fly for Joey Loynd. He picks up another RBI.
Yeah, just pouring it on here is Bourne, and they came into the game third in the league in runs scored, so tonight's going to help them out a lot.
Peterson takes strike one on the fastball from Tobias. It's 0-1. Giuffreda leads off first. This is exactly what Bourne needed in a game where you're looking to come back 0-1, fly it out towards right field into foul ground. Moving over is McCoy. He'll make the catch and end the inning. So we'll go to the bottom of the ninth. Bourne just needing 3 more outs to get a bounce-back win in their first win over Cotuit this season. They add on 3 more runs in the ninth. 13-1, their advantage as we head to the bottom of the ninth here on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network.
Commercial Electric Solutions, Cape Cod's most valued and professional electric subcontractor who has been providing exceptional services to both commercial and residential customers for over 10 years. Do you have an electric problem? CES has the solution. Cape Cod Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is a proud sponsor of the Bourne Braves. Cape Cod Orthopedic Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy is the region's largest and most experienced orthopedic group, accepting new patients at our Sandwich and Hyannis clinics. Convention Data Services, or CDS, is a technology company based in Bourne and a proud supporter of Cape Cod baseball. Since 1986, CDS has been delivering customized solutions to the global trade show industry. Keep up with CDS on their website at cdsreg.com and follow them on Facebook and LinkedIn.
Bourne 3 outs away from getting a bounce-back win and their first win over Cotuit this year. They're up 13-1 and well within control. They dominated from the get-go, jumped out to a 9-0 lead. Cotuit had their first run, but a run in the 8th and 3 here in the top of the 9th has the Bourne lead up 13-1. As will be Ryan Galaney, Tanner Thatch, and James McCoy due up to face Ryan Fisher here in the bottom of the 9th. Galaney's 0 for 2. He worked a walk his last time up. First pitch, off speed, belt high, strike 1 from Fisher. Crowd filtering out here from Lowell Park. 0-1. Swing and a miss from Galaney. It's 0-2. Some have remained in their chairs along the fence, showing their support, no matter the outcome. The 0-2. Galaney lays off, and it's 1-2.
And Bourne now on the season up to 78 runs scored. So that's going to be likely second best in the league tomorrow.
1-2 fastball, dips low, 2-2. And to think about, for Bourne, what a slow start to the year it was, but they've added all those new pieces in. We probably sound like a broken record to all those listening along at home. What Derek Bender's meant to the team. Here's the 2-2 to Fisher. Called strike 3, outside corner. Galaney frozen. First punch out of the night for Ryan Fisher. Brings up Tanner Thatch, but what Derek Bender's done, Caden Bodine, Sam Peterson has had a quiet but spectacular night here for Bourne. 3 for 5, 4 for 5, depending on who you ask. As Thatch comes in, first pitch bounces in the dirt, 1-0.
In this stretch for Bourne, we talked about these next 2 games. Top team in the West in Cotuit, and the top team in the East tie with YD's Harwich.
1-0 bouncer foul down the first base side, 1-1.
And that Harwich team, Bourne facing off for the quote-unquote second time after a 5-inning loss after rain came in at Harwich in a 3-0 game.
1-1. Thatch fouls it off, straight back behind home plate, 1-2. This time it's the Cotuit bat boy that wins the race to the ball. And it's 1-2. Cam alluded to it, so maybe we'll get a full 9 innings in at Dorn Park tomorrow. 1-2 fastball, just inside, and it's 2-2. 2-2. Called strike 3, inside corner. Back-to-back strikeouts by the looking variety for Ryan Fisher. And there's 2 outs here in the bottom of the 9th. 1 more needed for Bourne to get back in the win column. They're 5-5 in their last 10 after an 0-5-1 start to the season, or an 0-4-1 start to the season. First pitch outside and goes to the backstop.
And the 10th strikeout on the season for Ryan Fisher came into this outing with 8. Back-to-back right there.
Facing James McCoy, who's 1 for 3. This one sent back to the backstop. And there's no race to the ball here as the Cotuit bat boy was getting new baseballs for the umpire. He's excited, getting some claps from the crowd. Our producer, Ryan Bridges, cheering him on. 1-1, McCoy sharply hit ground ball to Eblin. This should do it. Flips to first in time. That'll end it. Bourne with a dominating 13-1 win over Cotuit. They get back in the win column and will return home to Dorn Park with a record of 6-7-1 to take on the Harwich Mariners in what should be a good one. Cam, your thoughts on today's game, that Bourne offense? They got off to that hot start. Derek Bender set the tone with the solo home run, and the rest of the team followed suit from there.
Well, Matt, we brought it up, and we were going to wonder, is third time the charm? Is, that's usually the saying, and we saw it here today. Cotuit said, look, we're going to throw Tucker Novotny for the 3rd time. He's been stellar through his first 2 outings, and Bourne said, okay, we'll take him on for the 3rd time. They finally got his number here, and from the jump, the bats were alive for Bourne, and from there, just tough for Cotuit to crawl back. But give credit to the pitching. Yeah, 19 hits for Bourne, 13 runs. We talked about the bats, but Matt Duffy, once again, stellar for the Bravos. 4 1/3 innings pitched. Give him 5 Ks, only 4 hits allowed on 1 run. So, once again, a great outing for him in his 3rd start for Bourne. And back to them having comeback wins after tough losses. They showed here again today. That's the resilience of this team. And they get back in the win column. Now 4 wins in their last 5 games and a huge game tomorrow at Harwich to kind of finish up this long stretch of games before the hopeful off day on Tuesday if the rain holds up. But a big one tomorrow. But, Matt, really the stat sheet says it all. 13 runs, 19 hits, no errors. That's complete baseball right there. More than that for the Bravos.
They did exactly what they needed to do. The confidence came in high. 3rd time facing Cotuit. 3rd time facing Novotny, like Cam said. They break through and they pick up their first win against the Kettleers this season. Improve to 6-7-1 on the year. They'll face Harwich tomorrow, but that'll do it for tonight's broadcast. The offense got going and got going early. Pitching followed suit, just allowing the 1 run in the 5th inning by the Kettleers. But that'll do it for tonight's broadcast here from